Inc. Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Are you drowning in credit card debt with no way out? Did you know you have a right to resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe? It's easy when you have a professional debt negotiator on your side, like DebtBlue. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, 10 minutes could save you thousands. In a quick 10-minute call, you can get a plan to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. It's proven to work for thousands of people just like you. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolve plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me. So I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites. Plus a load of Checkers' famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right. This box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Radio 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Lots to get to today, from the emergency alert panic to a missing 9-year-old found safe in New York, and the Taylor Swift NFL Backlash begins. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lay.
Hi there.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting set to turn off all my power and unplug my all my devices.
I'm actually just going to go into a cave for the next 24 hours, and then I'll see you guys on the other side.
I wonder if old Gary knows what a Reddit star he is in the last couple days, because
he might be unplugged, though, C-Lade. He might be staying away because this emergency alert is going to ruin everything he says.
Well, not for him. Apparently, I don't think there's no way he's vaxxed. Unless they got him.
No, they're not.
Did somebody force him to get the Fauci ouchie?
Hunt him down and dart him with it? I don't think that's the case. But we're getting all geared up for the emergency alert tomorrow, and that should be interesting to watch people freak out. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. But right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide... Oh, my God, it's a Share the Show Tuesday.
He forgot.
How could I forget that? Today, folks, more than ever is when you should share the show. Go ahead and send people a link to the stream, or hit like over on the YouTube, or just send the podcast, or just tell somebody about the News Junkie Radio Show. Whatever you want to do to share the show today, that is welcomed on a Share the Show Tuesday. Now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to some podcast thing. And on that podcast, we have some guy and also Alex Jones. And things get weird.
Oh, my gosh. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is the clip that I'm thinking about.
It may be. Here we go.
Eddie Bravo wouldn't do it. Come choke me out.
Yep, knew it.
Come on, come do it.
He said, choke me out. All right. The podcast host is going over to choke out Alex Jones.
I'm a lights out. Take a little snooze.
Take a little snooze.
Put this up, though. We're not fools.
He's telling him to put his hands up.
Hold your arm up.
All right, here we go.
He's kidding now, but now
he's out. Now Alex Jones is totally out. Now listen to him when he comes to.
Here comes the shakes. What happened?
What? What'd I just do?
What I just do?
You idiot.
He has no idea what just happened in the slightest.
Do you think he really doesn't, though?
I mean, look, he seems like he doesn't. Watch, look.
What was I just doing?
You asked me to check you out. You're back there.
Oh, did I actually pass out?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I did pass out?
Oh, my God.
What did you think, you idiot?
Those gargling noises that he made were so bizarre. I know Sabrina has done this.
I just sent you the link. He was out for less time than I was, so I feel like my street cred is still up there.
But he sounded like a little gremlin of an animal when he was coming back to there. Then he goes full on out. This is so bad for you. It must be so bad for you to do this.
I don't recommend it all the time.
Like a little animal right here.
What?
What?
Huh?
What'd I just do?
What'd I just do? Oh, my God.
And he, this was on his podcast, or he was on the other guy's podcast?
This was on some other guy's podcast.
El Segundo.
He just decided, let's get choked out on this. Sabrina also did this at one point in time. If you're new to the show, you may not remember this. But here we go.
Oh, wait, go back a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
Go to the peak,
All right, this is at American Combat Club. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this was when we used to do a bit called Sabrina on the Job.
9 years ago, man. Isn't that
she
wild?
Did some MMA during the show, and she too got choked out. Let's see how similar Sabrina sounds to Alex Jones. All right, you're still with it. You're still with it. You're still with it. And zonk.
All right. Yep. She's out. And then there's the best part. Cross-eyed horse. And death rattle. Whoa.
That's so weird, man. Let's not do this anymore.
So fun.
Oh, what a ride.
I'll
well,
never
there
forget
we go.
walking into Wawa and this, giant man, 6'8", 300 pounds. And he's like, hey, can I ask you something weird? And I'm like, sure. I bet he's going to say he listens to the show. And he's like, are you that girl that got choked out at American Combat Club? That was awesome.
Finally, I found you in the wild. It's like Waldo or something. But yeah, we did not recommended. Not recommended to do that, I wouldn't think. Alex Jones did make it through, as did Sabrina.
What happened?
Where am I? What happened? Okay,
What'd I do?
Let's go to something that I saw yesterday, and we need some arrests here, please. If we could get some arrests, that would be fantastic. Because once again, this happened in Philadelphia, and it's one of those stupid street takeovers, and I'm over this. I'm so absolutely positively over this, where these guys get out with their motorcycles, their dirt bikes, four-wheelers, and they take over the streets. And this one in particular, what an absolute monster of a human being was involved in this. This guy needs to go to jail immediately and for some time. And in this, you'll see some visuals for this. By the way, the Alex Jones thing is up on See It Now, and I'll throw this on See It Now as well. Take a look at this. You see this guy, the biker, he jumps on the back of this woman's car, smashes through her rear window because she wouldn't get out of the way, drops his gun. He had a gun with him.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the woman is pissed off, of course, because he just stood on her rear window and smashed it out with his feet. So she goes to him, and he points the gun at her.
Jesus Christ.
She still goes up to him, even though he has the gun pointed to her, and then he headbutts her with his helmet, pushes her around, and all this stuff.
She's a baddie, though. She didn't even flinch with a gun in her face.
This woman, she pushes him off his motorcycle because this guy's an asshole and deserves every bit of it. This woman was an Uber Eats driver, with her 2 kids in her car, and this is what they were doing to her. All these morons in the streets. Arrest all of these fools. All of the people who do this are garbage human beings.
Good luck with that.
They have all the video footage they need. They've got all of these folks. We were able to round up so many people from January 6th. Let's do it, folks. Let's get all of these losers and arrest them for what they've done here, because we can't have this happening. And it's just absolute garbage behavior that for some reason just happens in these big cities. I've seen it happen in Miami, seen it happen in most cities. And this guy just ruins her car. This woman who relies on her car to do Uber Eats driving, and got her poor kids in the car. She's taking her kids out because she can't even, I don't even know if she could drive anymore. She's packed in by all these vehicles driving by. There's a cop, too. There's a cop within the shot right there. You can see at the very end, who I guess just watching this, just hanging out while all this is going down.
That doesn't look like a real cop.
It's a police car.
That's security, dude.
That's a security
That's
car.
Security.
It says, what? It doesn't say 911? Maybe it says 311 or something on the side. It's some car with lights on it, but it doesn't have the blue lights like a police car does. I don't know what this is. It's some sort of vehicle. Maybe somebody could have helped this person out, but for God's sake, we've got to stop with this nonsense. Throw people in jail when they're doing this stuff. And they're looking into this and investigating in Philadelphia what happened downtown this past weekend. Okay, I'm really down on myself right now. I don't know. It's going to be tough to get through the show today. You guys got to do this with me so you feel a little bit bad. All right? I'm going to drag you through the mud with me. And everybody else, I want you to all participate in this. So you guys bring up one of your computers. You got plenty around there.
I have 6.
And on one of them, go to a website, population.io. Okay?
How about you tell us first? Because
it's not going to do anything weird
to
you.
get my data sold anywhere.
It's not stealing your data. It's not going to do any of that stuff. It's just going to really put things in perspective for you, like it did to me, which is why
computer.
I'm doom and gloom right now. So when you go to it, it says, what's my place in the world's population, right? And then you put in your info. I'm putting in mine right now, and you see it in front of me. Put in 26th of May, 1981, when I was born, United States of America, and putting that I'm a male. And then you just hit go at population.io. And then this is what got me down today. Because when this thing runs, hopefully we're not overwhelming this, but when this runs, it tells you what percentage of the world's population are you older than. and mine was like annoyingly high. It tells you like how old you are and how long you're supposed to live. Oh no, I think we swamped the damn thing here.
Right.
Yeah, mine's
Is yours
taking
working?
forever.
Yeah, when you get it to go through, it comes up with a graph, and it shows you. And mine said, I think that I'm older than 60% of the population.
Damn, Sean.
And I'm like, oh my God, 60% of the population is younger than me? I think that's what the number was.
And
Whatever
that
it
number
was high.
will keep going, right?
Yes, it's never going to get any better. It's
Right.
only going to get worse from here. It's only going to get worse as we move forward. Try this out on your time. Population.io. We've kind of swarmed it here a little bit. But when you put all your information in, it tells you how many people you are older than. And then you realize if I'm in a room with like 100 people, where do I land? You know, where am I at in that equation? Not a good time in the slightest, but I want to hear what your results were. If we could ever get this working again, go to thenewsjunkie.com, send us a dispatch right now. When we return, there is a startling statistic that is in the news today. Plus, what are we going to do with all of these people who are being replaced with robots? Something needs to happen. What can we do? We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We are Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And, hey Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
I would be happy to.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound at Conroy Road. There's slowdowns eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535, as well as delays between US 27 and after State Road 429. Traveling on Weatherby Road, expect delays due to an accident at Boggy Creek Road. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect irregular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
Ukraine's received $115 billion from U.S., Europe, and around the world. Yet, that's not enough? I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get ready to experience the excitement.
It is the 13th year of the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The emotions.
You guys, we're so happy to be here tonight.
The surprises.
Are you ready for another I can't believe it moment?
The superstars.
Such an amazing honor to share a stage with so many unbelievable artists.
And of course, the music.
Our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming to Hulu.
You will not want to miss. Stream the special starting October 10th.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions.
Attention, anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, or other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-315-3679. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-315-3679 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consults are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-315-3679. 800-315-3679. 800-315-3679.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we have represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023 Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow the mower.
Frank, wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
Call Extreme Air and Electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Once you get your hot stuff freshly grilled right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to calling your friend on their home phone.
Hello, McDougal residence.
Hi, can Jerry come to Jersey Mike's?
Jerry! May I ask who's calling?
It's Danny.
It's Donnie! Pick up the phone! Yoo-hoo!
You know what? I'll call him when the cell phone gets invented. Nope. There's no going back once you get it freshly grilled. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Sometimes the pop culture we loved as teens hits differently in retrospect.
Maybe it's a tabloid story we couldn't get enough of, or an illicit student-teacher relationship on our favorite show. We're Susie Banikarim and Jessica Bennett, hosts of the new podcast, In Retrospect.
Where each week we'll revisit a cultural moment from the past that shaped us, and probably you, to try to understand what it taught us about the world and our place in it.
You're the first person that I've talked to about this for years and years.
Listen to In Retrospect on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Radio 104.1.
Filling you in.
This is terrible, man. Did you guys ever get yours to load on this website? My
No,
God.
I just refreshed and still nothing.
All right, so I'm looking at it in front of me here, and it's nothing but bad news. You put it in, and it tells you, see how it's on the graph? It says, I'm older than 66% of people in the world right now.
Wait, you tried it yesterday, and it was 60%? It's already jumped up 6%?
No, I tried it this morning right before the show, which was an even worse idea because when you see all the data that follows on this website, I'll tell you what it is in a minute so you can mess around with this. But it says on one side, the number of people younger than me in the world, it's at 66%, and the number just keeps going up. Like, it's 5.2 billion, and it just
Mine's
keeps
58%.
climbing. Oh, you're older than 58% of the people on planet Earth.
Mine just came in 53%. So
you're doing better. Doing better than us. And then it tells you the number of people older than you, which for me is only 2.7 billion people, and it just keeps going down and down and down and down until you're the last one and you die. That's how this thing goes. It's population.io is the website. And you can see how you would be doing if you were living in any different country. It says, I have 41.3 years of life left in the United States.
It has a projected life expectancy?
Yes. Yeah. It says, we estimate you will live until 83 years old, the 22nd of January, 2065. I'm toast. I'm dead. I'm done with. And that's it.
I'm September 17th, 2077.
Well, you got some more years than me. Thankfully for you. You're doing all right.
Now, is that in world or United States?
I'm in world, and I could go to the United States, and it shows, the number is even more depressing.
I'm saying 2 life expectancies.
Right.
I'm saying, okay, so what does that mean? What do you mean?
Well, you see what your life expectancy would be if you continue to live in the United States of America. But if you click other countries around the world, it shows you how long you would live if you live there based on healthcare and diseases and all kinds of other circumstances that pop up. And it's a downer, man. But it's interesting.
What a fun game you found, Sean.
Yeah,
it's an interesting way to look at your demise if you go to population.io.
Hey, Siri, remind me in 2077 that this is the year you're dying.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's what it's showing me right now. So, oh, God. Did you know you share a birthday with about 287,453 people around the world? And that approximately 11,977 people were born in the same hour as you, it says.
How would you know the same hour?
I don't know. That's maybe they just know how many people are born each hour.
Is that like mine? I share a birthday with about 317,075 people. Mm-hmm. And approximately 13,211 people were born in the same hour. Dividing it by 24?
I guess so. They may be doing that. But, there's a lot of data there that will definitely shock you and grab your attention if you go over to population.io.
It's looking like I would live longer in the U.S., actually.
Okay, what if you click another country? Like click just some African country or something and see what it tells you.
Here.
It's not too bad, actually, in Algeria when I selected that.
I'm gonna go South Africa, and I would definitely not live as long.
It takes 10 years off of my life to live in Sudan. Not good.
Australia, I'm thriving.
Yeah, Australia, we live longer.
Are you even better?
Yeah, 2080.
I'm moving.
I'm gonna be 90 there.
I'm going to Australia as well because that means we get a couple extra years. I get 3 more years of my life. So check that out, population.io. Before we go to your dispatches, some interesting numbers rolling in. And if you think about it, it just makes perfect sense. And they say this is a really, really high number that we're seeing when you look at the amount of adults, young adults who are living in the United States of America with their parents still. And they said almost half of young adults identified as people from 18 to 29 years old are with their parents. That number is at a high, and it's going up and up and up. And if you ask yourself why, the answer is pretty obvious. It's things that we've gone over on this show before, where you look at the price of a new car, and the price of a new car is $40,000 or $50,000 now. The cheapest one in the market's like over $30,000, I think. If you look at the price of rent in any major city, rent is incredibly high and hard to afford. The mortgage rates are high right now, so that's troublesome if you're trying to buy a new place. And so everything's just lined up against these younger folks in America right now. Other than having their lives in front of them, there's a lot that they're missing out on right here because they're living with their parents still. It says moving out, living on your own is often seen as a marker of adulthood. I don't know about you guys. I was out at 18 flat, like 18 years old. See you later. Mm-hmm. Get on out of here. Time to be an adult, Sean. But dealt an onerous set of cards, including pandemic lockdowns, decades-high inflation, soaring student debt levels, and a shaky job market. Young people today are increasingly staying put. And they said some of them are not upset about this. They're fine with doing this. They said these days about 23 million or 45% of all Americans aged 18 to 29 are living with their families still, roughly the same level as the 1940s. a time when women were more likely to remain at home until marriage, and men, too, were lingering on family farms in the aftermath of the Great Depression. So it would seem we have some issues here with the young folks. I feel for you, man. I worry about how you're going to work through all this stuff, and it doesn't look like things are getting any cheaper anytime soon. We just haven't seen anything to sway us in that direction.
And then what? You move out of your parents' house, and then you have a website tell you you're going to die in 50 years?
It's so, isn't it morbid?
Seems like we're all doomed to no matter what we do, Sean.
It's morbid to look at how many people are younger than you, and then they're like, hey, just so you know, if things go well, right? Because that's baked into this. That means like you didn't get in a car accident or some other freak thing happened to you, or like you didn't have a heart attack. If things go well, here's how many years you have left in your life. And just more than I've lived already, I think is what I've got left. A bunch of people chiming in with this over on the dispatches side of things. We'd love to hear from you today, especially you new listeners. Come out of the woods, join us on the show, and let's see what you got. Here is Guitar Slinger talking about this coming emergency alert that people are panicking about for some dumb reason. Here he is.
I heard your story about the landlord yesterday turning off all the appliances and thinking that vaccinated people are going to react to this EAS signal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a one crazy guy thing. I have an acquaintance that's into a lot of conspiracy stuff, and he says, oh, yeah, the people with the vaccine, certain people, the signal could drive them crazy and make them go crazy.
It's not going to happen.
And he's also talking about putting your phone in a microwave when it comes because, microwave basically is a Faraday cage. So anyway, it's not just that one guy. There's a whole contingent of people that believe in this.
No, I know.
Crap.
I know, and that's why I'm saying this is wild, because there are a bunch of people who are afraid of this emergency alert that's coming tomorrow. They think that it's going to ruin all of their appliances in their house. They're Y3King this thing. They think that it's going to impact people who have been vaccinated for some insane reason. They think that it's going to be like some doom moment for the world and for the United States of America. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to hear a beep for 2 minutes. And I did have one question, because all of these stories that I saw today said, everybody's phone is going to go off with a new signal, like this beeping sound that's going to make. If my phone is on silent, does it override that and send out this emergency alert signal, even if I've got it on silent?
I don't think so.
I think it
I've
vibrates.
never, if there's an Amber Alert or anything, I've never had it so it made a noise when my phone was on silent. It would just vibrate real quickly and then give me the alert on the screen, and then you could dismiss it.
You know what I find interesting is that I've never heard the Amazon devices give out the Amber Alerts.
I don't know if they do. You would think that they would try to rope that in at some point, because it's a direct way to get into people's houses.
Like, it doesn't go through your smart TV. I don't see it like interrupting any programming. If you happen to not have your phone and a missile's headed your way, you don't see it.
For an actual emergency.
Yeah.
One would want this to be as far and wide as possible. Well, maybe not everyone. Not the guy who's going to turn off the power to his house tomorrow and to all of his renters' houses because he's scared of what's happening here. Here's Brandy. Brandy says, my mom was almost on the Golden Bachelor. Really?
Hey guys, I know you were talking about the Golden Bachelor premiere yesterday. Well, quick story for you. My mother is still married to my father. She is 66 and smoking. I mean, she's absolutely stunning. My mom's 5'10", blonde, hazel eyes. She's gorgeous. So she happens to run into one of the writers. You heard me right. Writers of the Golden Bachelor. He notices my mother's wedding ring and said, please apply to the Bachelor. And she's like, I'm married. And he says, I know, I see that. We absolutely love the drama. Well, my mom also loves the drama. So she ran home, spent, I swear to you, the rest of the day working on her application. She had me help her with photos, texting me back and forth. Has this one, has this one. It was a whole thing. Thank you, Jesus. She did not get cast in the show, but you bet your ass she spent the first night that the show came out live texting me the entire time, hate watching it. How many episodes is The Bachelor? Because I feel like this is going to be an every single night that it airs thing. And full disclosure, I'm not a part of Bachelor Nation. I want no part of it. And I think this woman is going to suck me into it. Dear God, help me. Anyway, have a great day.
Narrowly dodged a bullet there.
It was a hoot to watch.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
And it's like a perfect amount of sweet moments, but full cringe.
Yeah.
And then...
And full cry.
Did you cry a little bit? See, I felt uncomfortable. 30 seconds in and the guy's sobbing.
Yeah,
No,
I felt uncomfortable at watching all of it. Just like watching the older people date seemed kind of weird. And like the one lady made out with him, and it was just weird to watch. But I still liked it. Like I really enjoyed it. There was just some things about it that were you're used to watching something with a bunch of hot young singles. And then all of a sudden, you've got people in their 70s, and they're doing the same things.
Looked incredible, and I
did.
I just want to know, like, when did you start to take care of everything, or was this all within the last year or so?
Yeah,
and then there's some that like they're 70 and they look 85, and then there's some that are 75 and look 60.
But there's got to be, 5, 6 of them where you look at them and you go, "You're in your 70s? Holy cow!"
You could see it in their hands.
They're in great shape. They look nice. Yeah, you could see it in like certain spots, but man, that was a close call for Brandy. Okay, robots are taking away our jobs, and there's one signal that I'm seeing right now that we need to talk about that I find more concerning than anything we've discussed so far. That plus, we got to get into this young girl, the 9-year-old who went missing, and they rescued her yesterday. This story is incredible. And we'll give you some of the moments from the press conference yesterday when this all went down. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Bot free since 2008. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect highs today to reach the mid-80s. Mix of sun and clouds with a little bit of that haze. Passing showers will be possible at 20% coverage today, meaning not everybody will see the rain, so mostly dry skies. Winds out of the northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and wake-up temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 70s. I'm Fox 35.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
Football is rolling. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your football wagering info with up-to-the-minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals for all football with BetOnline.net's real-time updates. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Folks, there's a great company out there ready to help you out with a big problem, and that is if your air conditioning does not seem to be working like it used to. Sometimes over time things get worse, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, I got it on like 72 and it's warm in this house. It's time to reach out to a great, honest, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated company. It's Mills Air. They are not some fly-by-night organization. Mills Air has been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They've been helping people out in Central Florida. Their techs are the best of the best. Whatever kind of AC you have, whether it's a mini split or a full AC or a window unit, they know how to fix all of that stuff. But they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, meaning they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call today to schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Your industry is unique. It faces its own challenges and risks that set it apart. That means choosing just any insurance company just won't cut it. At The Hartford, we take pride in knowing the ins and outs of your industry and help provide solutions that suit how you do business, from liability and property insurance to workers' comp and more. At The Hartford, we don't just talk about specialization, we live it. Learn how The Hartford can help your business at thehartford.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Rizza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Jesse Kelly here. Do you feel protected? My personal protection plan is owning gold. The Oxford Gold Group helps you buy gold to have on hand or convert it into your 401k. If things get weird, I have gold on hand. I like that. You can buy coins or convert part of your 401k with the Oxford Gold Group. It's easy and safe. 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. 833-995-GOLD.
Invisible Fence brand is more than a fence. They offer what no other pet containment company can. Patented technology combined with hands-on training to ensure protection for the pet you love while allowing them to enjoy more of their yard. Visit invisiblefence.com today to learn more about what sets them apart.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com coming October 11th.
Because I know all of you are so rich and lit up with cash that you don't play the Powerball unless it's one of those real big numbers, right? $500 million? Get out of here. I'm not playing a $500 million Powerball, but nobody won, and now it's going up to $1.2 billion.
I feel like this is happening a lot more often.
We're getting the big ones, yeah. It is definitely going up to over $1 billion, way more than it used to, because it was a huge deal the first time it did. People were like, holy cow, that's so much money. You could be a billionaire, or, you know, before taxes, you could pretend like you're a billionaire, and then you go down to about half that. But nobody won the latest Powerball. And now they're estimating that the next one that's coming up on a Wednesday night is $1.2 billion. Damn. So if you are one of the lucky few that survive the emergency alert test tomorrow, you can go get your Powerball ticket and then win $1.2 billion.
I say just do it now and have that be the only thing that you have in the bunker with you.
Yeah, that's it. Just hold on tight and then just really, really cross your fingers, cross your toes, all that stuff. And next thing you know, bam, you are doing well. That's a big one. This is going to $1.2 billion, I think is one of those numbers mentally where it kicks off enough people where when you go into 7-Eleven, it's a nightmare. Or you go into the gas station, all you want to do is put some gas in your car. The pump is not taking your PIN for some reason. You got to go inside.
Or you have someone at the gas pump, but they're inside waiting for their ticket, not getting gas at all.
Right.
Nothing drives me more insane.
It floods the place with people. Whenever it gets this high, people are like, okay, that's enough. Finally, I'll take it. Not enough before when it was 400, 500, 600, 700 million. But 1.2 billion, okay, we could get behind that. Colac says, how has Powerball always been this popular? I think so. It doesn't feel much more popular. It's just the jackpots are getting bigger, but are the jackpots getting bigger because it's more popular? I don't know. That's a question mark for me. Maybe somebody else knows more about it. If so, send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. There are a lot of jobs. People are being replaced with robots, and it's going to happen more and more and more, and we don't seem to have much of a plan for this. I told the story where I was mocked mercilessly for watching a documentary about the Cadbury factory, like the place where they make Cadbury chocolate.
That was crazy, dude.
It was fun watch. It was early in the morning. I was laying in bed, and I was like, how do they make the Cadbury eggs? And so I hit it, and I watched this. And they're in this newfangled factory because the Americans have bought this British factory for Cadbury. And they put millions and millions of dollars into sort of redoing the place and automating more. And now there's about 4 people or 6 people on the floor at any given time, when prior to this, there would have been tons of people. There would have been like, I think maybe 30 or 40 people at any given time that would have been on the floor. All those people have been replaced by robots. They've been replaced by some sort of automation. And then yesterday I saw a protest. The Waffle House employees at some location were protesting, and they want $25 an hour for their minimum wage. And they want 24/7 security at the Waffle House. And I'm like, this sounds like one of those Waffle Houses. Yeah.
That seems reasonable considering the videos that we've talked about in the past.
This seems like Waffle House is really drawing in some people who are requiring 24/7 security. Maybe that needs to address. What city is this in to begin with? But you start to look at things financially, and if they're paying Waffle House employees $25 an hour, trust me, your Waffle House experience is about to double in cost. And then everything marches upwards in terms of cost across the economy. And then that $25 doesn't have the buying power that it had to begin with. This is how some of this stuff works. And some jobs, I'm sorry to say this, sorry if you're in this position, some jobs aren't worth $25 an hour to the person who's running the business.
Right,
that
you max
position, out. Yeah, you have a value. I hate to say this to you, but you have a value that you bring to whatever company you're looking for. And if
you're not going to make 6 figures as a bag boy.
No, you're probably not, because guess what? They'll replace you with a bag boy robot, and they'll have an automated way to do this. And if you think, well, they can't do it with this or with it, you're out of your mind. I mean, there's pizza vending machines, for God's sake. They can automate it all. It's a little like dicey. But Chipotle is the latest to do this, and right now they're using some robots at a few of their restaurants, and the robots are making burrito bowls and salads. And if they can get this down pat, they can make it so it's faster than an employee, it's more accurate than an employee, it doesn't have attitude like some employee might have, it doesn't give you any problems, doesn't not show up, no call, no show. Robots are going to replace so many of these jobs. It's because, for one, we made a huge mistake in our overall job structure in this country. And we should have had entry-level jobs. We shouldn't have it focused. So if somebody is working at McDonald's and saying, I can't feed my family of 4, that's an entry-level job. It's a job for teenagers and for young adults. And we should have kept it that way. And then we should have made sure that people were in a pipeline so that they could get better jobs as they went on. You could get the education you need, or you can get whatever you need to move up from there. Since we don't do that, and the market demands through these workers that they get more and more money, they go, what's a robot cost? Robot costs $100,000? Okay, it was worth it for me. Then they replace 2 employees with a robot. Now what do those people do? Now what is somebody who doesn't have like a skill set beyond working at one of these places?
Oh, they can't. It's not like they can protest. And how do you create a union with a job you don't have? What they need to do, what is smart, because I don't think that there's any way to stop it. Despite how much people might be against it, it's still going to happen because the man will save and put more money in their pockets. They need to go to the schools, the tech schools that make them the robot technicians. Mm-hmm. Because eventually they're going to break down. Eventually they're going to need a little bit of WD-40 somewhere or some coding. I don't know how it works.
Well, here's where I see the problem. I see the problem like this. There's probably, in the short run, probably 20, 30, 40 million jobs that could be replaced by robots in a snap, just like that. And that would mean you have all these robots now in operation, so you need people to fix the robots, right? But you don't need 20 million, 30 million, 40 million people to fix the robots. You might only need a couple 100,000 at most to do that job. So you're eradicating tens of millions of jobs only to replace them with a small little fraction of that. So this whole huge section of the workforce gets put out on the sides of the job experience, and there's really not much they can do. I swear to you, I really believe in the next 5 years, probably, you're going to go to a McDonald's, and when you go to the McDonald's, you're going to pull up, there's going to be a drive-through. It's going to be AI drive-through, more accurate, better than an employee, shows up all the time.
I went through one of those yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, the one at Checkers.
Did it say that it was AI, or did it not tell you?
You just know.
You just know?
Yeah,
it sounds like
a robot.
And so that job is replaced by robots or AI. Then you pull up to the window, and everything behind the scenes that's putting together all the items on the menu is robots doing that, like a little factory back there. It shoves it out into the window once you've paid on the app, and you don't even encounter any people. There's maybe one person that like manages the location, and all the rest is replaced. So all those jobs disappear, and that is a big-ass problem. That's a huge problem that we're facing down. And Chipotle is not the only one trying to do this. It's happening all over the place. Let's see what you got going on. I want to see what's happening in your world. Here is the drunken mailman talking about robots and food.
Hey, News Junkies. Happy Tuesday to the rest of the week. You know, I would actually prefer a robot to make my food when I go to a Qdoba or another fast food restaurant, instead of some teenager with terrible hygiene who never washes his hair, probably doesn't even wash his hands when he goes to the bathroom. At least a robot is nice and clean, and I don't have to worry about what could possibly have dripped or fell into my food. So, good for the robots. I'm all for it. Wiggle, wiggle.
I think a lot of people are just going to get used to it. That's it. And then you'll think somebody, like a human doing that job, is weird all of a sudden.
And think about what it was last week, maybe the week prior, that we played the news report from back in the 80s when McDonald's or Burger King was accepting credit cards for the first time.
Yeah.
For the first time, people were like, never. Oh, this is not going to work.
It's not going to catch on.
Gosh, anyone who does that, there's no way. And then here we are. So many years later, and nobody has cash anymore.
Did one of the people say something like, if you're spending, if you're using a credit card to buy fast food, you have to get your life together?
To buy,
or something?
what, a $2 burger or something like that?
They just didn't understand it. They didn't think that that could be the future of it. And now that's the majority of transactions that you'll end up seeing. Mike on YouTube says, in my area, the issue is nobody wants to work at these jobs. McDonald's is perpetually hiring. Lots of businesses are and struggling to meet demand due to staffing. That remains an issue, but I don't see how it continues to remain an issue, right? Like, people got to pay for stuff. Even if they're living with their parents until they're 29 years old, you still have to pay for things in your life at some point in your journey. And so you're going to have to accept a job that you may think is beneath you just to get some kind of income coming in. That just doesn't work perpetually. It worked during the pandemic because everybody's bank accounts got loaded up by the federal government. And then people coasted on that for a long time. And then there were no student loan payments, so that made things a lot easier for some of these younger folks as well. But now it's like, hey, how are you going to turn down the job at the restaurant, making sandwiches? How are you going to turn it down? You don't have a choice if you don't have any money left, unless your parents are just going to perpetually be the place where you live and where you get your money from. And I think eventually people want to get some independence and get away from that. Unless there's been huge changes that I don't know about. Maybe people do want that now. One more real quick. Here is Average White Guy with a dispatch.
Hey, News Junkies. Sean, you were talking about the Powerball getting bigger. It's because I want to say it was about a year or two ago, they increased the number of digits that are used in the first 5 numbers, I believe.
Really?
To match, I think it's similar to the way Mega Millions draws, which is why Mega Millions was always getting so big. So it's less of a chance to win. And they're also drawing them on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays now. And it used to be just Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I think that ends up being more tickets sold because everyone's buying them 3 days a week.
It goes to the schools, Sabrina. The schools are all the schools are working perfectly right now because they got all the lottery funding. Don't you know this?
I love that. I mean, just especially with this influx of people playing the Powerball, I love that this is going to help the future of America and the children.
Heard that all the kids have golden desks and laptops in school now, and lunch is like a 4-course meal by a Michelin star chef. That's how much money from Powerball is getting injected into these schools because there's no problems there, right? Everything's working out perfectly with the schooling system. Okay, we are actually, you know what? We have time for one more. Let's work in Jay Rakin with the dispatch.
Hey, News Junkie.
Hey.
I know you were just talking about the alert that's going to be going out. Your phone will still go off even if it's on silent. Please let folks know they might be in a domestic violence situation if they have a separate phone to turn it off completely. That is the only way that the alert won't go off.
Wait, what?
Hoping this will help some folks.
She's saying if there's somebody in a relationship where there's domestic violence and they might have like a burner phone to like reach out to other people and get help if they're, in a bad spot, that phone could start beeping and be discovered by the person that's abusing them, which I guess is probably a rare but valid concern. But are we sure that it's still going to make audible noises if your phone is on silent? Are we positive of that? Because mine has never done it before, but maybe it does. Maybe this time it does, and the whole country is just going to start making all kinds of buzzes and alerts when this goes down tomorrow. I don't know what to expect anymore. All right, there are 2 huge scams out there that we need to make you aware of. Plus, we have to talk about this missing girl that was found safe in New York, Charlotte Cena. The story is wild. How they caught the guy is insane. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dave Chappelle, It's a Celebration, coming to Amway Center November 2nd. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. Plus, you can enter to win them at realradio.fm/contest.
Traveling on Silver Star Road this afternoon, you can expect delays due to an accident at Good Homes Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Ronald Reagan Boulevard northbound at Highway 436. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you won't be expecting any delays. Traffic is clearing up, but you can still expect your regular congestion eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
The process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing and so frustrating that you don't want to do it. But now when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you. And you got to know you get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you also get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with That Mortgage Guy Don. You'll see the difference immediately when you go to thatmortgageguydon.com. It is chock full of information for you, guides on how to get pre-approved, reliable mortgage information, and my favorite part, any question you have direct access to Don himself. Via live chat, email, Zoom call, or get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. But most importantly, start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com. Apply now and compare your quote, or get the process started with someone who's going to lead the way for you in a very simple manner. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Call Extreme Air and Electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme team.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
For 60 years, our team of expert electricians has been here to help you with all your energy needs. So there's no need to wait or worry when it comes to your electric. Right now, get $100 off any electrical service.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work isn't as easy as it seems.
Lunch meeting is set for Wednesday.
We need food for 27 people.
And it has to be on time.
Client is coming.
He's vegan.
Messy eater. Where's white shirts?
You getting this?
Okay, what do we need?
Gluten-free.
No more sandwiches.
Make sure there's enough.
Make sure the food is hot.
Client has a hard stop at 12:30. Make sure there's plenty of food. Tomatoes and potatoes.
Lunch meeting? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Your employees keep your company humming. So count on the Hartford Group Benefits Insurance to provide the world-class coverage and customer care that your workforce deserves. From supplemental health benefits and income protection to coverage for life and loss, The Hartford delivers the flexible products to meet life's ever-changing needs. Fuel your company's success with quality benefits from The Hartford. The Bucks got your back. Learn more about group benefits at thehartford.com/benefits.
Mills Air is looking for experienced service techs. NATE certified is a plus, but not required. We have been in business for over 30 years right here in Central Florida. Great pay and benefits. Sign-on bonus depending on experience. Apply at millsair.com.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Now I've got the actual details on what's happening with this stupid emergency alert tomorrow that's going out to everybody. And
do you have an answer on the phone thing?
Yeah. So I finally found like all the details, and it says in this report, this is what's going to happen tomorrow for this nationwide alert that's going out to everybody's cell phones. Some people are aware of this and don't really care. Some people are thinking that this is going to bring about the end of the world and that it's going to ruin all your appliances in your house and it's going to zap the vax folks out there and it's just all kinds of hell is going to break loose. But here's the details. It says, Americans should expect a blaring phone alert on Wednesday at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 2:20 p.m. on Wednesday. That's when the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, will send notifications to phones in a nationwide emergency alert system test. This alert is just a test and there's no cause for panic, they said. Here's what it's going to say on your phone when this happens tomorrow. It'll say, in all caps, this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed. Now, if your phone has been set up with English as the main language,
press 1.
You'll hear that in English. If your phone has been set up in Spanish, you will hear the alert in Spanish. So it's in both those languages.
Wait. You will hear it in Spanish? So the phone is going to talk to you as well?
Well, I think...
or you're just going to see it?
You'll read it. See it. Yeah, you'll read it in Spanish. So that'll come across in the language that you have your phone set to. It won't say it to you verbally. It will be conducted to ensure the Emergency Alert System, EAS, and Wireless Emergency Alerts, WEA, are operational in the event of a national crisis, while also familiarizing the public with the notifications. People cannot opt out of the nationwide alert, as even phones set to silent will be subjected to the jarring noise. So even if your phone is like mine, my phone is always on silent. Doesn't matter. No matter where you are, if you're in the middle of some very, very personal interaction with another human being that could be made awkward by some jarring noise, you're going to get that noise no matter what your phone is set to, unless your phone is off, like the previous dispatcher said. The cell phone test is scheduled to last for about 30 minutes, but consumers can silence the sound as soon as it pops up on their devices. Television and radio stations will also be subjected to the test, and a message will be broadcast across the airwaves indicating a nationwide emergency alert test is in place. So there you go. That's what's happening with this tomorrow. It doesn't matter if your phone is on silent. It's still going to start screeching at you. And there's lots of people who have various weirdo conspiracy theories about what is going to happen. I'm just ready to see it all go down. That should be fun.
Now, we will be on the air for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
in some markets, yes.
Regardless of my phone being on silent or not, like, what if that beep comes through the microphone? Like, do we have to make sure, right?
That's
Maybe
a good
this
question.
was a question I should have asked during a commercial break.
That's a good question, actually, because for the folks who are listening, we'll pull the curtain back a little bit here.
Careful.
If we play an EAS alert, we could cause problems, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if we played an EAS alert during the show, it would trigger things on all the stations where the show airs, and it's bad. We don't want to do that. I don't know. Well, here's what's going to happen. we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what happens during the show tomorrow, and it should be something interesting to pay attention to at the very least.
You can't assume that we're going to be the only ones live on the air when this goes down, right?
No. I mean, a lot of stuff will be out there still going on. Other people will have to deal with it. I don't know what to expect, but that's kind of the
You sound
fun
like
of
you're
it,
trying
I
to
guess.
dance around something.
No, I just don't know what the hell
lot
is
of
going to
stuff
happen.
will be.
Everybody will be impacted who has a cell phone. So that's what? Like, what's the percentage of Americans have cell phones? 95?
Even if you have a dumb phone?
Yeah. No, like a smartphone. I think like 95, 97% of Americans have smartphones, would be my guess, just off the gut. That's a lot of people that this is going to go out to. That's hundreds of millions of people all at the same time who will have this impacting them. So imagine you're in like a movie theater and you're watching a movie. All of a sudden, right at that time, all the phones are going to start screeching off all together with each other. So that's weird. And
I'm excited. I don't know about you guys.
Think about all the other situations that could play out in similar fashion, and like all kinds of things. There could be a funeral. Somebody's having a funeral, and a real sad part of the funeral, all the phones start screaming at everybody.
How do they do it again?
They just really start making those kind of
At
noises.
the funeral, talking about how he hated EAS alerts.
One last one to sign you off. I want to talk about some scams real quick.
All right.
And it's always good to keep people abreast of what's going on out there and how folks are trying to take advantage of you. And there's one that is in the news with a 24-year-old woman who's facing charges. They said she helped carjack a man she met on a dating app. And this has been happening more and more. So what the scam is somebody on a dating app connects with you. And sometimes they seem a little overly eager to meet with you quickly. But they make a connection with you, and it's like, let's have sex. Let's hook up. Let's meet each other. And when you go to meet them, you go to the location that you've agreed to meet them. And at that point, they're usually with other people. Like this woman was with several other guys. And they carjack the person who thought they were going to a date, and your car gets stolen. And that's not a good time. And they'll do it for almost anything. This was a 2013 Mazda CX-9 that they carjacked. So, this is not like they're only targeting brand new cars from really wealthy neighborhoods or something. They're going after everything out there. They said the two agreed to meet at this road, and it was 11:07 p.m. The victim parked in the lot at the agreed-upon address, and about 10 to 15 minutes later, the woman walked from an apartment complex across the street and got into the passenger seat of the vehicle. The victim told officers the two drove over a bridge to an unnamed park, but the gate to the park was closed, so they drove back to what the victim...
The victim did not see any red flags when they were going into just random alleyways and a park he's never been to.
It almost kind of seems like an escort thing to me, doesn't it? Like you're going to meet up with a person and immediately go to this park in a parking lot in the dark, and you're going to do what? Just talk out there? But then they said they drove back to where he thought this person lived. According to an affidavit, the woman was observed on her phone during the drive, sending and receiving multiple text messages and making a phone call. Around 11:50 p.m., they arrived back at the house where they thought this woman lived, and two men surrounded the vehicle and carjacked this guy with a handgun. And that has been happening more and more. That's a scam. If you're out there on the dating market, this was something that you should be aware of and worried about. Kolak says, sorry, but this victim is an idiot. BDMX Con says he didn't even get asked because the park was closed. Poor fella. I mean, I think that's what they're dangling over this person. Like, hey, you're going to meet up with me. You're going to get laid. And then meanwhile, she's arranging everything with people via text and calls. And those people meet up and then they steal the car. That was the plan all along. So watch out if you're dating, because that one is becoming ever more common. And the other one that is becoming a lot more common, this is another scam that gets folks. So tell your parents about this. Tell your family members about this. It's one to be worried about. There's a lot of people who go on Nextdoor, or Facebook Marketplace is a very, very big target for this. And they advertise something to be for sale for usually a really good deal. Like the example I saw the other day was a Peloton for sale. Now, Peloton's brand new.
How much?
They cost a bunch of money. But I think this one, like, I don't know what the price was, but it was a good deal. So let's say it was a couple $100
Was
for
it the
this
one that
Peloton.
went through the guy's neck?
No, my God. Thank God, no.
Oh.
You know, every time I look at my Peloton that I have ridden only one time for now, I like quite a few times. I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
It was in New York. They found him. He apparently used the Peloton to lift himself back up and then got, gorged in the neck.
Yeah, he was working out next to the Peloton, doing like floor workouts. And then when pulling himself up, it slit his throat and the guy died.
Nearly impossible. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, I hope for Peloton's sake it doesn't happen more often than once, because that's not a great look for the company. But the thing that they're doing is they put something out there that looks like an unbelievably good deal, and then they want you to send them money before you come over to the house to pick it up. And they have you send the money through some app or website, and then they'll give you an address and nobody's there. Nobody's at this house. They're just scamming you out of this money. And they've been very successful, a lot of these people have, in scamming people out of money, because you want a good deal. You think you could trust the people online. You can't. You can't trust any of these people. Be very careful. Always have your guard up at least a little bit and know of these things. So when it happens to you, you can be aware and protect yourself a little bit better. Okay, let's work in just a couple of dispatches very quickly. TD is talking about the alerts.
Hey, Junks, what's happening?
Hey.
So I only was able to listen briefly yesterday. I know you mentioned the test, the cell phone alert test or whatever, but I didn't really hear the whole story, so then it's brought back up today. So as a mix with my conspiracy theory background and then factor that in with my health anxiety, kind of OCD, I am losing my S today.
Oh,
you guys are not helping me out. I'm expecting to totally blow up tomorrow or something. Or something whenever this thing goes off, because I did get the vax. Ugh. Anyways, talk to you soon. Bye.
He's worried about
So
this.
long ago.
She
Nothing's
believes the
happened to
guy.
you.
She thinks the landowner or landlord guy is right. He's on to
I have
something.
questions if you believe that. I'm sorry. I have questions.
Don't believe the landlord guy. He's crazy.
Yes, you got the vax so long ago.
This is not going to have any impact on anybody who's been vaccinated. It's not going to have any impact on your appliances in your house. Do you think an oven reacts
This
to
white
sounds?
all over again.
Like, an oven doesn't react to sounds played from your phone, and your oven's not going to receive the signal.
Also, there's next to nobody listening who has never experienced one of these alerts before. Just throwing that out there. There's next to nobody listening to us right now that has never had an alert on their phone or an alert on their television or an alert on their radio.
He's hyped up, Sean.
He's angry today.
I just saw the all caps text in the chat.
His blood is boiling a little bit today.
Why
I
is
think.
this one such a big deal? Like, we've been through this before, but now it's just like the hot headline.
Well, you know what's going on here. Nobody could be normal anymore. Everything that happens has to be some big weird conspiracy, or like there's an alternative reason for this going on. Here's what the government's really doing. TikTok video telling you how your microwave's going to blow up. That's what has changed here. And I don't know. There's just no way to get around that. Quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from more of you, and we'll get into this missing girl found alive, a miracle in New York. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling through the Orlando area this afternoon, you may experience fog while driving, so travel with caution. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535, and congestion westbound between the Beach Line and State Road 535. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike. There are no delays on the Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some days you just wake up twice as hungry.
So stopping by Racetrack for 2 fluffy egg and cheese stacked, sizzling meat packed, hot and freshly wrapped, mouthwatering breakfast sandwiches for only $5? Yeah, that tracks. Get your hands on 2 tasty breakfast sandwiches for $5. Available at Racetrack. While supplies last, see store for details. Make tracks to Racetrack for whatever gets you going.
This Customer Service Week, Bank of America is celebrating teammates who go above and beyond to support their clients. Like Emily, who helps clients create a plan to build the future they want, like a wedding, having kids, or retirement. All real achievements her clients have shared photos of. For all your financial goals, we're here to listen and help. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, and 4x4s, Nations Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you're not making any payments until 2024. Do yourself a favor. Visit nationstrucks.com and check out their awesome inventory. Start driving the truck that you deserve today.
To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a rich and creamy hometown treat, let our team member Nevaeh tell you how we do it at Culver's.
Every scoop of Culver's fresh frozen custard is made in small batches throughout the day. Because where we come from, the little things make a big difference. Like bringing back a seasonal favorite. Our salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back for a limited time. Handcrafted with farm fresh dairy and real pureed pumpkin just for you. So it's the best part of your day.
And we mean the best.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Attention business owners. This is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at Cafe 22 Tango on iDrive this Friday, October 6th from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you'd have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, start with a Stella.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Jesse Kelly here. Do you feel protected? My personal protection plan is owning gold. The Oxford Gold Group helps you buy gold to have on hand or convert it into your 401k. If things get weird, I have gold on hand. I like that. You can buy coins or convert part of your 401k with the Oxford Gold Group. It's easy and safe. 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. 833-995-GOLD.
Bottomless Boneless, every Wednesday at Winghouse Bar and Grill. Get as much as you want, tossed with any of our signature sauces and rubs for only $14.99 every Wednesday. Dine in only, no sharing. Winghouse Bar and Grill. Good food, beautifully served.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
From the newsjunkie.com momentarily. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. We do appreciate you. And if you miss anything today, you can always get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. I've been following this story about this missing girl in New York, and it's just insane to consider what was going down here. Number one, this poor girl was 9 years old. She goes missing during a family camping trip in upstate New York, and there's like a 2-day search. And when there's a 9-year-old girl missing for 2 days, the family must have the worst thoughts in their mind. The worst things are going through your head. And everybody was on board trying to find this young girl. And they did. They actually found her. They rescued the girl. She was found safe. Now, we don't know what happened while she was kidnapped, and they have caught a guy who they said is responsible for this, but they found this dude. Here's what they said. More than 100 people were searching for a 9-year-old girl who was camping with family in upstate New York. They said while the rest of Charlotte's family remained at a campground where she had gone missing, police watching their home saw somebody drop a note in their mailbox at 4:20 a.m. on Monday. So the cops are watching their house, security cameras at their house, the family who's missing this 9-year-old girl. The cops see somebody pull up to the house at 4:20 in the morning and put something in their mailbox. And they go, let's go check that out. So the cops go over to the parents' house, and they look in the mailbox, and there's a thing with demands. It's like a ransom note. And they go, oh, okay, this must obviously be the person who has kidnapped this 9-year-old. And they got some fingerprints off of the ransom note that they found, and it matched this guy. Ross is his name. I'm trying to find
like
his whole name.
sauce?
No, Craig Nelson Ross Jr., a 47-year-old male. They had fingerprints off of this note, and it matched fingerprints from a 1999 DWI case. He was on property owned by his mother, and they found him in this camper, and the little girl was in a cabinet inside the camper. And they had been hiding out in there. And you can only imagine what was going through this poor little girl's mind.
I can also imagine what the SAG-AFTRA writers are already coming up with for that Lifetime movie.
It does sound like that. And it's fortunate that they found her. You hope that nothing terrible happened to this young girl. Doesn't matter if anything like that happened, because just the act of this happening alone is enough to really do some damage to you. That's some psychological abuse at work right there. And the governor of New York was talking about this yesterday at a press conference. I think this is it. Let's see.
Yesterday, I held Charlotte's parents in my arms. David and Trish, I went to the campsite. I saw the place that she had just been a joyful little girl the day before, riding her bike, because I was on the road she rode her bike on, saw where she left it.
A lot of people on stage with the governor.
So overcome with sadness and grief. And as a parent, I thought my own heart was breaking. And I said to them, I promise you this, we will bring Charlotte home to you. And as each hour went on, hope faded.
Oh, my God.
It's a tall promise.
Yeah, that you saying that to the parents must be like, oof, God, now I got to live up to this. And thankfully, she was able to actually deliver on the promise of bringing back their child alive, because this guy, I don't know if he's just the dumbest criminal in the world or what, but this guy dropped off that ransom letter in the mailbox, and that's what totally did him in. That's what led to the capture of this guy. And I guess he was after money or something that he thought he was going to get from this family.
He has to know them, right? There has to be some sort of connection.
I don't know. They haven't reported that there was any connection between the two of them. I guess that's possible, but they've found this girl at this trailer on this guy's mom's property, and she was in the cupboard, like in a damn, cabinet that he was pushing her in, or had her hiding in when the police arrived. Just about 35 miles north of Albany, where she was kidnapped from while riding her bike. So she was out on a bike ride when all this happened. Tammy says, this story is sketchy. The dude drove to their house and put the letter in the box. Yes, that's what I was just saying. I don't know why somebody would do that, like not thinking there would be any eyes on the house, or that nobody would be watching this house as these parents were trying to find their child.
Maybe he thinks they'd be too busy out looking for her that they wouldn't be looking to the house.
It could be that. It's very unclear as to why this was happening the way it did. Maybe the guy's just really, really dumb. I mean, it may be that intellectually he's just really not there, and so he thought this was going to be a way to get a whole bunch of money. I kidnapped a 9-year-old, and now I'll just drive to the house in the middle of the night, put a ransom letter in the mailbox. It's very old-fashioned, but thankfully he was that stupid, and they found this 9-year-old girl alive. So the family feeling a hell of a lot better today than they did in the last 2 days.
We usually don't get to talk about the smartest criminals in the world. They don't get caught.
That's true. Yeah, I'm glad when they're dumb, actually. Let's go over to Mad King talking about fingerprints.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Mad King here. I'm glad this little girl was found safe, but can we hire the guy that got the fingerprint off of that piece of paper to maybe fingerprint the bag of cocaine they found in the White House?
Yeah.
Just a thought. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
They're never going to get that person, sir. You're going to have to move on. They're never going to catch the White House cocaine person. There's Smackerel has a tip, I guess, about this emergency alert.
Hey, what's up, junkies? Hey, just a little helpful hint here for tomorrow. With the signal, you take your cell phone, you double wrap it with aluminum foil.
Yep.
You put it in the microwave. You start it for 10 minutes at exactly 2:15. It will stop it from killing all your electronics and killing you if you've been vaxxed. And
except, of course, your
we'll all
microwave.
live a better life.
On the contrary, it might cause some more problems for you.
As long as you hit the off switch on your vaccine, you're going to be fine.
There's people who are generally concerned. Even in chat, I saw people who were saying, the signal could be picked up by the electronic devices in your house, Sean. Like C-Lane said, if that was the case, all of your appliances in your house
said that? What
would have
idiot
been
said
fried
that?
the last time this happened, because it's not the first time they've ever done one of these tests. It's just making everybody stupid. I think people don't like the fact that someone could push a button somewhere and make every phone make a noise, make every phone receive an alert. I think that's one of the things that's turning people off about this. That's why everybody's so obsessed about this right now. Here's Sneakers talking about him.
Hey,
Hello?
News Junkie.
There you are.
Wasn't there some kind of signal being sent to one of our government buildings where they were complaining about headaches that they couldn't hear, but
Havana
they thought
syndrome.
there was some kind of noise that would hurt their heads?
Yes. He's talking about Havana syndrome, which was happening at different embassies and other government outlets in Havana, Cuba, for one, but in other places too, where people who work there thought they were being attacked with some sort of sound that was making them sick. But it looks like it may have just been like a social contagion thing where somebody said they think this is happening, everybody starts believing in it, and then even though nothing is happening, people start to get real symptoms from it. It's one of the weirdest things, social contagion. One more. Here's Mike with the dispatch.
Hey, News Junkies. Good afternoon.
Hey.
I want to comment about the Facebook Marketplace stuff. Anytime they are going to ship it to you or send it to you, do not even bother with it. It's a scam. If you don't meet them up in person, the best place to meet them is in a public place or at like a sheriff's office or police station. But other than that, do not ever send money, and they say they're going to send you the item. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Be safe, guys.
That's right, Mike. It's good advice for everybody. If you're going to buy stuff off of these marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, always in a very public area, meet up with whoever you're going to buy it from and try to make sure you're not getting scammed at all costs. And do not send them money beforehand. Don't do any of that. Every single day, there's people who are getting taken advantage of on these marketplaces that are just rife with stolen things or things that aren't actually really for sale because it's just part of a scam to get you to send the money and then you don't get the thing. It's a mess. That's why you go to some places where you can trust them to buy stuff.
I've heard a handful of times this police station thing. You meet up with somebody at the police station. Do you think the police welcome that, or are you kind of getting in their way?
I may be nuts here, but I thought I remembered there being like particular parking spots that said they were for people making transactions like this. And like outside
like
the police station.
Like extra, maybe have extra cameras on them?
Yeah, like so they would be monitored while you were getting a deal done in the parking lot.
Man, you could have some real brave son of a bitch go, that's right, park in that spot. I got you. You were good.
Perfect.
And then you sell them weed.
Fine.
The idea that you're going to get a deal that is too good to be true is one that can blow up in your face 9 times out of 10. So be careful. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
I'll tell you. What's coming up on the next episode? Katy Perry kissed a girl and she liked it, but she bought a house off an octogenarian and she not likey very much. Did you spend all of your savings on a ticket to a concert and as a result your girlfriend left you? Don't worry, Drake's got you covered. Plus, will Paris Hilton save the platform formerly known as Twitter? All that's hot and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect highs today to reach the mid-80s. Mix of sun and clouds with a little bit of that haze. Passing showers will be possible at 20% coverage today, meaning not everybody will see the rain, so mostly dry skies. Winds out of the northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and wake-up temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 70s. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the insane, amazing wireless offer from Boost Infinite. To learn all about it, just pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say Boost Infinite. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text message from iHeartMedia.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Plumbing Today.
For 60 years, our team of trusted, reliable plumbers has been here to help you with all your plumbing needs. Right now, unclogging any drain is $93 or it's free. That's $93 or free.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Plumbing Today.
Are you drowning in credit card debt with no way out? Did you know you have a right to resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe? It's easy when you have a professional debt negotiator on your side, like DebtBlue. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, 10 minutes could save you thousands. In a quick 10-minute call, you can get a plan to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. It's proven to work for thousands of people just like you. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolve plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we have represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions.
Attention, anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, or other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-315-3679. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-315-3679 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consults are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-315-3679. 800-315-3679. 800-315-3679.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Craving tender beef ribs? How about juicy pulled pork or sliced brisket that melts in your mouth? Jimmy Bear's Barbecue is thrilled to offer catering services that span from Tampa to Cocoa and St. Augustine to West Palm. Whether you're planning a corporate event, a family gathering, wedding, or any special occasion, our catering services are designed to bring mouth-watering barbecue flavors and impeccable service straight to your location. Go to jimmybears.com and feast upon our catering menu. That's jimmybears.com.
I love Mondays. And yes, I'm being 100% serious. Why? It's because I'm a Dunkin' Rewards member. And Mondays are better with Dunkin' Rewards. Every Monday this month, Rewards members get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app and never miss a deal like this. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
If you'd like to sponsor a radio station for $8 a month, we would like our blue check mark back. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Oh, man, we are less than a month away from the due date of C-Lane's baby. And that I just looked down and said, oh, that's right. It's a new month. We're so close now. I mean, that kid's probably fully baked and everything in there, right?
If you asked Ashley, it's coming in 2 weeks.
Medium rare?
She's trying to manifest that. So.
She's really trying to make this happen, isn't she? Yeah.
She scolds me if I get the fake due date wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
She's got
what's
it all
fake
planned
due
out.
date?
Her due date.
She wants to get this done sooner rather than later, so she would like to manifest that it happens 2 weeks earlier than it was scheduled.
All right,
yes.
all right.
And I think maybe, I don't know, if you tell your body something, they can get reactions out of that, I think. Like, if you convince yourself that you're sick, like sometimes you can make yourself actually feel sick. Maybe if you can convince yourself, like, hey, body, yeah, we're taking this baby and we're bringing it into the world as a healthy baby boy
Yeah, I
in
do
2
the
weeks.
opposite. I pretend I'm not sick despite being super sick, and then it goes away.
She says, I can't tell if I'm just having gas or a contraction, and I'm like, I think you want it to be a contraction. I mean, if it is, it's fine. But I think you're kind of anything right now. You could sneeze and be like, was that it? Do we have to go to the hospital?
Well, first time around, I guess you have no idea what the indicators are. Other
Not
than
really.
Something seems strange and different. So yeah, the clock is ticking on that one. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
And I heard a screeching, saw that between a screech and a whistle.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, you got to work with an expert who's also part of the Real Radio family, who's also going to treat you like a human, not like a number like all the mortgage companies would. Get the process started today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
20 years ago on this day, 2003, half of this magic team right here.
Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Is that Michael Jackson
You
singing
bet
their theme song?
Your ass. I didn't realize that was the theme song singer and writer, but yes.
Damn.
Could you imagine? And this
That's
is playing.
big time.
You're at the show. You're seeing the famous Vegas show, the duo Siegfried and Roy, and then you watch Roy get bit in the neck.
Yeah.
On this day, it was
Tiger got him.
one of the white tigers that nearly killed him. Montecore,
Montecore,
bit him in the neck during a show. The bite severed an artery and caused a stroke, which left Roy partially paralyzed. And then he just recently died, didn't he? Or was it Siegfried?
Thought they were both dead, but let me see.
May they rest in peace.
Siegfried.
Did they end
and
up euthanizing the tiger too?
I know that at the
so they're all in
time.
heaven now.
I know that at the time they were very, very adamant that this was not the animal's fault. That
It might be
nothing.
the Vegas show and having to work and not being in the jungle.
Siegfried died in January of 2021, and Roy died in May of 2020. So they both are dead.
And I guess now we just remember it on these days.
Yeah.
Do they even have those tiger shows anymore? Do they have kids that?
They changed a lot of that. Remember, well, I don't know if you ever went there, but when I went to the MGM Grand the first time I'd ever been there in Vegas, they had lions in there in the MGM Grand.
Oh.
And the lions were in this little enclosure. And what they would do is they had a big facility with a pasture where the lions lived. And then for 8 hours a day on shifts, they would bring the lions in and then bring them back and forth. They stopped doing that entirely. I think a lot of these places don't want those kind of animal interaction things because they get heat for it from protesters and stuff.
I could see that happening. I mean, of course, you still have the swap shop that I'm sure has all the animals as well as really great discounts. This I thought that was already case closed, but it turns out yet again a judge has ruled in the favor of this gal.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is right. An L.A. judge has again ruled that the singer and actress does not need to pay out McBride, the accomplice in the February 2021 kidnapping of the two dogs.
Yeah, I thought that was done.
Apparently, she went back to court. She appealed it, and they had to rule on it. The $500,000 reward for the pets that was offered at the time of the incident, and then they figured out, oh, McBride, you were part of it. Now, she filed a lawsuit against Gaga this past February for the reward plus $1.5 million in additional damages. Then in July, McBride's attorney had argued that by stating no questions asked with the reward offering and failing to pay, Gaga committed a breach of contract. The gall. Now, fraud by false promise and fraud by misrepresentation. However, Judge Holly J. said in her court order that McBride's complaint was legally insufficient in its entirety following her involvement in the theft itself. Then she was indicted, pleaded no contest for the stolen property in 2022, not entitled to the benefit of the $500,000, and yet she went back to court again. Now we have a final decision by the judge after McBride had been given 20 days to amend her filing. And
that's
boom.
wild because it takes balls to come forward and be like, I stole your dog,
but you owe me.
I still want you to pay me for the dog I stole from you and be public about that. That's really low.
And mind you, not only was this a theft of her dogs, they shot the dog walker. They almost killed the guy.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
Like, you owe me $2 million, Gaga.
Do you think that this would, like, if the judge had ruled in favor of the kidnapper and said that Lady Gaga had to pay up, would just set an absolutely dangerous legal precedent?
It would. People would be stealing stuff everywhere, and then when the when the money offered comes up, they'd go, "I want. Here it is. Here's the thing I stole from you."
You said no questions asked.
Yeah, no questions asked. You have to give it back to me. That's the bad setup.
We got some bigger questions though. An update, your daily Taylor Swift and NFL update.
Yes.
Because every single day it has to be in the news. But now we have Taylor Swift. We saw her at the game over the weekend, the big game.
The second football game she's been to.
Chiefs game. And this time she was kicking it with Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and of course Ryan Reynolds' lovely wife, Blake Lively. Thank you. I almost said Shelton. I'm like, that is
that's a different one.
But somebody else, I guess, in her posse is by the name of Sean Levy, and he's directing Deadpool 3, which has people wondering, is she going to be in Deadpool 3?
Ooh.
Now, there's all kinds of speculation that Taylor is going to be in the movie. Who will she play? The consensus is Dazzler, which is a rock star / superhero with the power to turn sound vibrations into light and energy beams. Wow.
Yeah.
That would be an appropriate role, I think.
Did you see what the NFL did on their Twitter account?
No.
All this was so cringe. Can't
they just date and be left alone?
They made like their header image. I got it on my laptop in front of me if you want to share.
Oh, come on.
They made the picture 3 photos of Taylor Swift, and then they changed their tagline or like their bio to "We had the best day with you today." And at some point it's like, guys, this is really cringy. What are you doing?
You know what they're doing? They are getting more and more viewers. Sunday night's game averaged 27 million viewers and peaked at 29 million when you count everyone who watched NBC, Peacock, NBC Sports Digital, NFL digital platforms. And they're like, this must have to do with Taylor Swift.
Or people just like to watch football games.
Yeah.
Could be that one.
Unfortunately, Taylor not available for comment.
Why?
Because she's dead.
If they do one of those Toy Story football games with the Chiefs, can they have like Little Bo Peep play Taylor Swift up in the club
box? I love the idea of that. And I also love the idea of icon, mogul, global DJ, hero. Of course, I'm talking about this gal right here.
Paris Hilton.
Patty Hilton is right. And on Monday, X also known as Twitter, announced a collaboration with Hilton herself as a way to promote the platform's live shopping feature. So they are now going to pay her to post on X.
What's a live shopping feature?
Okay.
They're copying TikTok, I'm pretty sure, because they know
It's really
TikTok
big in
shop.
China and other Asian markets that you watch streams that are basically the equivalent C-Lane of the home shopping network.
Did you just call him Lane, like by his last name, like football style?
No, I said C-Lane, didn't I?
You said C.
Oh, my bad. I thought it'd be cool. We should do that now, Wasson.
Lane Dog? Lane Dog Arena?
All right, Lane Wasson, this is a 2-year deal between X and Hilton's production company, which is called 1111. It will require the heiress to create 4 video programs per year for the site in hopes of boosting ad revenue and brand partnership, elevating X.
4 video programs per year.
That's it.
What a crock of S.
This sounds like the smallest deal ever.
Life goals, dude.
Yeah, but what's she getting paid for it?
Do they say? I mean, I don't think that they even mention how much, but I imagine in the millions, right?
It doesn't seem like a lot. And she doesn't even have like an insane number of Twitter followers. She has millions, of course, but she doesn't have like,
I'll take
100 million.
16.6 million.
Does she? That's a lot.
I'll take half that for 5 video programs.
I will take a quarter of that for 6 video programs. All together at the end of the year, that equals 6.5 minutes. I think that's a pretty good deal. Wasson, thoughts?
I'll do it for $50.
Okay.
This seems easy. I can just knock
Really
this
cheap.
out in a commercial
I mean,
break.
he's used to his little videos, so this is second nature to him.
Right, yeah.
Of course. Well, we shall see how Paris saves Twitter. And apparently this guy right here saved a guy from, well, he's still single, but he is $50,000 richer.
Drake?
Drake is right. And Drake made a guy's night, maybe even year, during the recent show in Miami that I didn't get to go to, all because the guy, poor guy, got dumped before the concert.
Damn.
Now, he didn't get dumped for any reason. He got dumped for, I don't know, spending all of his savings on Drake concert tickets.
Well, good. Dump that guy. That guy's a moron.
Imagine if that was
Dump
a
him
joint,
after the concert, though.
joint account and you spent all of your savings on that. Well,
I don't understand people.
It worked out in his favor. He had a sign that said, "I spent all my savings buying tickets for me and my ex, but honestly, never mind. It's really her loss." Drake saw it, and it went a little something like this.
Hey, I gotta read that sign. I like that sign. That's a good sign to pick tonight. Usually I like do something nice for a lady.
Right.
I'll do something nice, like give away a bag or like that. But my bro right here, he said, I spent all my savings buying tickets for me and my ex.
Financially?
But honestly, never mind. It's really her loss. So she ain't coming with you tonight.
Nope.
She ain't coming with you tonight?
Nope.
To the Drake show? What the is wrong with her? And you in here just icy with the gold chain and the sunglasses on?
Now, imagine being this ex, seeing this clip go viral, and every single person at the Drake concert in Miami starts talking about you and chanting this.
Oh, no.
Hey, you know what? All right, man.
Oh, my God.
But you know what? She's going to feel real up. Because I'm going to give you 50 bands so you can flex on her.
$50,000.
Damn. Now there's going to be
$50,000.
There's going to be one of those at every single Drake show now. Drake, I did the same thing.
I also spent my savings.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I actually took out a second mortgage to be here tonight. Can you help me out, Drake? On the boob tube, completely free for you, my friends. Dancing with the Stars, it's Latin Night. Arriba.
Yeah.
The Voice on NBC, Name That Tune on Fox. Series premiere of Found on NBC. We also have the stand-up special Beth Stelling, If You Didn't Want Me Then. And I believe her stepmom listens to the show.
Oh, nice.
So shout out Beth's stepmom.
What up?
And Late Night is back, baby. Stephen Colbert will have John Oliver and Boy Genius. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, Merlin.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, there was a car driving down the road, and one of those speed cameras kind of got a photograph of this particular car. And they said, you can't do that. That's very illegal to do whilst driving. What was captured on this camera? You're never going to guess this, but it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling throughout the Orlando area, you can expect a bit of fog, so travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Avalon Road at Valley Boulevard. You can expect delays due to an accident on Weatherby Road at Boggy Creek Road. And there's congestion on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken, $6 two-piece drum and thigh combo. For just $6, you get 2 pieces of juicy chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a warm flaky biscuit, and a medium ice cold drink. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra. It's finger-licking good.
Hey, let's hit the beach this weekend and visit the Space Coast in Cocoa Beach to support the National Kidney Foundation's 38th Annual Surf Fest. Saturday, October 7th through Monday, October 9th. Join Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show and watch hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. Spectators are free, so don't miss out on all the fun in the sun at the Westgate Pier. Be sure to check out the Taste of Brevard and silent auction Sunday night. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com. That's nkfsurf.com. Cowabunga.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com coming October 11th.
Selling your car doesn't have to be difficult. This is easy. Do you want the most money for your vehicle? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
Your industry is unique. It faces its own challenges and risks that set it apart. That means choosing just any insurance company just won't cut it. At The Hartford, we take pride in knowing the ins and outs of your industry and help provide solutions that suit how you do business, from liability and property insurance to workers' comp and more. At The Hartford, we don't just talk about specialization, we live it. Learn how The Hartford can help your business at thehartford.com.
Donald Trump warned America. The U.S. dollar is under attack, and it's becoming less and less valuable by the day. Hyperinflation and speculation is killing your retirement. Don't leave your money sitting in cash. It's time you diversified and protected your future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 and get your free digital dollar survival kit and learn how you could get up to $1,000 in free silver today. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 to get your free digital dollar survival kit, and you may qualify for $1,000 in free silver. Advantage Gold is the #1 rated gold and silver company in America. Your future is precious. Protect it today when you call Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000 now.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Check with your financial advisor before investing.
That's 800-900-8000.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Once you get Jersey Mike's catering with 12 subs for any event, I'll tell you, there's no going back to other catering. That would be like going back to using Morse code.
Welcome to Jersey Mike's.
Okay, here we go.
A pickle slice wrapped in a napkin.
Oh, wait, try this.
A brownie with extra olive oil?
Whoops, I mixed up my dots and dashes. Here.
1,800 catering boxes coming right up.
Uh-oh. Nope, there's no going back once you get catering at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work isn't as easy as it seems.
Lunch meeting is set for Wednesday.
We need food for 27 people.
And it has to be on time.
Client is coming.
He's vegan.
Messy eater. Where's white shirts?
You getting this?
Okay, what do we need? Gluten-free.
No more sandwiches. Make sure there's enough.
Make sure the food is hot.
Client has a hard stop at 12:30. Make sure there's plenty of spoons, tomatoes, and potatoes.
Lunch meeting? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
I'm no expert on the laws of the road, and I drive a little slow sometimes, but even I know that you're not supposed to do this. And it was captured on a traffic camera in, where was this? In Europe. And they said they caught this on this traffic camera, and the driver was cited and fined for doing this. And I put this on See It Now because it's a visual for all you folks, but you got to check it out. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and look at the footage from the traffic camera and bring it up here, C-Lane, for everybody who's watching on YouTube or twitch.tv/.
Okay, that looks photoshopped. Come on.
It's real. No. It's real. That's real. There's a dog driving the car. 100% true story. It says, a Slovakian man was fined when a traffic camera captured his dog happily behind the wheel of his car driving over the speed limit. They said, their post said officers couldn't believe themselves when the photo popped up on the police radar showing the dog with no human in sight. Instead of a photo of a driver, a brown hunting dog was smiling beautifully to the camera, obediently sitting behind the wheel and peering through the windshield. The 31-year-old driver claimed the dog had jumped on his lap mid-drive, but police could not see any sudden movement inside the car when they reviewed the footage. So they're not sure what was going on. But from here, it just looks like a dog driving a car, which is kind of a good time.
Did you see the translated Facebook post?
No, what's it say?
That says Slovakian police had some fun sharing the news of their interaction with a driving pooch and its irresponsible driver. Quote, Mr. Dog, you exceeded the speed in the village. Your driving documents, end quote, the law enforcement agency began in a translated Facebook post. It's like all caps, Mr. Dog.
It definitely looks like the dog is driving the car, which is how I want to remember this story. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not Photoshop. People are saying it's Photoshop. It's really, truly an actual photo.
The lighting, though, is perfect.
The cops say this is a photo of a dog driving a car down the road, or at least behind the steering wheel, appearing to drive the car. I've seen videos of dogs driving cars. It's not like it's impossible. You could teach them to drive. There was if you look it up on YouTube, there's
it goes in a closed course.
But
on a highway.
I don't. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to put dogs on the highway. I'm not advocating.
Robots are taking our jobs, and dogs are taking our cars.
I'm not advocating for dogs to be able to drive. That's not going to be my hot take today.
Sounds like it. Sounds vested.
No, I'm just saying that if I was driving down the road and a car went by and a dog was driving, it would rock my world, man. I would tell everybody about that. But this guy got in a little bit of trouble for the dog being behind the wheel. Before we go to your dispatches, that's how you join us on the show. You comment through the website, thenewsjunkie.com, record on your phone, your laptop, or whatever you got, and bam, you're on the show right alongside us. Here's a headline that sounds pretty damn stupid to me. It says, yelling at kids is as harmful as sexual or physical abuse, according to a study. The study, I could tell you without reading it, is absolutely, positively, completely wrong. And it's kind of offensive to people who have suffered from the other two things, sexual or physical abuse, to suggest that yelling at your kids is just as harmful as that. They said the study commissioned by the UK charity Words Matter, almost seemed like they wanted an outcome to be exactly what they got. It was published this month in the journal Child Abuse and Neglect. It calls for childhood verbal abuse to be officially recognized as a form of maltreatment. They said in making this determination, researchers from Wingate University in North Carolina and University College London analyzed 149 quantitative and 17 qualitative studies. So they didn't even do a study. It's a study of studies. They just looked at other stuff people had done. Study authors found that definitional themes of abuse included negative speech volume, tone, and speech content and their immediate impact. The most common perpetrators of this horrid act are parents, mothers, and teachers, the story found. So you're to bring your kids up now, according to the folks who did this study. Don't yell at your kids ever. Don't ever yell at them. It's just as bad as sexually or physically abusing them, if you believe this. But don't, because it's stupid. And what you should do is you should yell at your kids when they're being jackasses. It's like we try to take away every tool in the arsenal of parents that are actually trying out there. Can't spank your kid anymore. You put hot sauce on your kid's tongue or soap in your kid's mouth, and it's like you're an abusive parent now. And now they go, we're going to police the words you say and how loud you say them to your kids, because that also, when you yell at your kid, is verbal abuse. That's stupid. I mean, look, if you're saying horrific things to your child, it's an abusive thing. But if you're telling your kid who's screwing around and won't listen to you, if you're screaming at them to stop doing what they're doing or stop being a dumbass, that is not a level of abuse anywhere near the other stuff they're comparing it to. MFQ says, this is so dumb. You need to change your voice for appropriate times. Can't speak monotone all the time. It's like from a fictional world that they want you to parent this way. Arya Shadowblade says, I don't think it's really about yelling at them, more like degrading and that kind of stuff. That's the problem. Well, that would be a problem. That would be just verbal abuse on a child. But by the way, it would not be as harmful. I don't care what you're saying to them. It's not going to be as harmful as sexually or physically abusing the children. It is never going to be the same thing as that. It will be, at the end of the day, even though it can have an impact on you, just words that you're saying to a person. I don't know. This kind of stuff is kind of dumb to me. These people don't seem like parents to me. You know, if you're an actual parent that's trying, you have to be stern with your children sometimes. You can't always be your kid's best friend and their buddy. You have to be the one who disciplines them. And if you do that, you can shape them into decent kids. Somehow, Dylan made it along so far in his life.
Yeah, because he yelled at him so much.
There's been a good kid where I didn't have to do all that much stuff. But I definitely yelled
water
at him.
on him enough times, he straightens up.
I definitely yelled at him. If he's screwing around with something and he's doing something he's not supposed to do, be like, Dylan, can you please stop? I've asked you to. No, you yell at the kid when they're screwing up. You yell at them and you say to stop doing it immediately. And then the kid knows who's in charge in these arrangements. And I like how they call out moms and teachers that are the biggest perpetrators of this, as if the problem in schools is the teachers yelling at the students too much. I just watched a video of a student throw a chair at a teacher's head this week. The student that I think has been arrested now for this. And it's not the first video I've seen like that. I see these kids all the time in class attacking their teachers. There's another one this week where a teacher got punched 3 or 4 times, knocked out in the classroom. You think the problem is that the kids are being yelled at too much in the classroom? Or do you think the problem is that you've got this push to be so soft on parenting that we end up with kids who take control and advantage of the dynamic? Kids are not dumb. When they see a power vacuum, they're going to take advantage of that. And that's why you have to harness these kind of things as tools to make sure you're being a good parent. And look, I'm not the best parent. I'm not coming at it from that angle. I'm just saying, if you got a mom yelling at her kid for not doing something he's supposed to do, didn't take out the trash, I don't think that mom's done anything wrong. I think it's fine to do. Let's go over to Insecure Walrus. He has a dispatch for us. You could send yours at thenewsjunkie.com.
The cloud that hangs around Taylor Swift of celebrityness, of just if you're even within her vicinity, you're suddenly going to be famous. It's just amazing to me. I worked at a church a number of years ago, and one of the guitar players, I think his name was Grant, he showed up the very first time I ever worked with him, and he had on a sweatshirt with the sleeves cut off and the neck cut off, and he had random cuts in it. He played the entire Sunday with, you could see his nipple through his shirt.
Okay.
Anyways, he was a very nice guy and a really good guitar player, and somebody said, yeah, he used to be out with Taylor Swift. I said, really? So I looked him up, and it turns out he was on tour with Taylor for 10 years, maybe longer.
Wow.
Was in some of her videos and stuff. And there were websites about him and who he was dating. And he's just a guitar player. He's just a guy that goes out on tour and plays guitar. And that was at least 5 years ago.
It's like a vortex.
So it's just crazy now, this cloud that just travels with her and her people and the celebrityness of it all. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a backlash, though, now. I guess they brought her up on the screen at a game. I don't know if it was last night's game. And a bunch of people in the stadium were booing.
No.
Leave Taylor alone.
Here's the thing. Taylor Swift is not doing anything wrong. She's going to a football game. You don't have to get mad at her. Don't get mad at her. Get mad at all of the hype around it, which just seems unwarranted. And the creepy things like that NFL Twitter account where it was so focused on Taylor Swift. You're weirdos. Let her just exist and watch a football game. And make it so the football game's second fiddle to the appearance of Taylor Swift at a stadium. That's kind of dumb. Simply Jeremy on YouTube says, I hear parents in public sometimes that will be so calmly telling their kid not to do something while the kids are dead staring at the parent continually doing what they're told not to. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, and this is not going to be the case for everybody, and I'm not saying this was the perfect upbringing, but if I wasn't punished physically by my parents, I would have been a worse child, and I would be a worse adult for it. I wouldn't have been somebody who feared getting in trouble or getting bad grades when I was very young. I wouldn't have feared getting in trouble in class. I would have done a lot more things to disrupt class, and that's what we're looking at. It's so obvious to anybody who's paying any attention that this is a major problem. The story this morning about an 11-year-old who got in a fight at the Pop Warner football game and shot the other kid. He's 11 years old. And he shot somebody.
Where'd he get the gun?
Obviously from his house, you would guess. But this one says, an 11-year-old boy was arrested on an attempted murder charge in a shooting Monday night at a football practice in Apopka that left 2 other children injured. The shooting, which was captured on video, happened around 8:20 p.m. The boy was arrested on charges of second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder in the shooting. And they said adults could face charges in the shooting because the boy was able to retrieve a firearm that was not secured, implying maybe this was from his parents. The victims were both 13 years old, were struck by one bullet as they were running from the 11-year-old. One victim was shot in the arm and released from the hospital. The other was struck in the torso and underwent surgery. The 11-year-old was booked at the Juvenile Assessment Center. And it says, when I interacted with him, he was really quiet, very shy, didn't really say a lot when I was around. So I really didn't discuss whether he was remorseful or not, but I know that he was very quiet. He looked somber. They said there was a physical fight, and the 11-year-old got a gun from his mother's vehicle and fired a shot, striking the victims. We have 11-year-olds shooting people. We have 8-year-olds shooting teachers. We need more discipline, not less discipline. We need more order and more law and order, not less law and order. We need to fix these obvious problems. This should be something that everybody could come together on, you would think. All right, we got more dispatches, but let's take a quick break before we get to those. And something that's happening in church that I think is really, really weird, but it's happening nonetheless. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Authorities just cleared an accident on I-4 westbound at Orange Blossom Trail. There's delays due to an accident on Avalon Road at Bali Boulevard. And haze is in the area from the Canadian wildfires, so travel with caution. Traffic is collision-free and moving without delays on Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a rich and creamy hometown treat, let our team member Nevaeh tell you how we do it at Culver's.
Every scoop of Culver's fresh frozen custard is made in small batches throughout the day. Because where we come from, the little things make a big difference. Like bringing back a seasonal favorite. Our salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back for a limited time. Handcrafted with farm fresh dairy and real pureed pumpkin just for you. So it's the best part of your day.
And we mean the best. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath. MidFLA.com.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow them more.
Frank, wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Once you get the meat and cheese for your sub freshly sliced right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to dial-up internet. Ugh. Am I connecting to space to order Jersey Mike's? Any day now. Okay, it's about to connect. What? Who picked up the phone? Nope. There's no going back once you see it freshly sliced at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. Dinovite. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Everything gets better when you're a Dunkin' Rewards member. Yes, even Mondays, because every Monday of this month, you get a free medium hot or iced coffee with purchase. Not a member? Join on the app. Order now for a better Monday. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges, exclusions, and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Sometimes the pop culture we loved as teens hits differently in retrospect.
Maybe it's a tabloid story we couldn't get enough of, or an illicit student-teacher relationship on our favorite show. We're Susie Banikarim and Jessica Bennett, hosts of the new podcast, In Retrospect.
Where each week we'll revisit a cultural moment from the past that shaped us, and probably you, to try to understand what it taught us about the world and our place in it.
You're the first person that I've talked to about this for years and years.
Listen to In Retrospect on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Story.
I'm going to talk about this because this is just kind of bizarre. I know when I woke up and Courtney was coming outside to say hello to me this morning, I go, we're looking around at the clouds and I'm like, man, it's rough out here. And she goes, yeah, why is it so smoky? And Courtney fires up whatever app she has on her phone that tells you about the air quality index. And we're in like the red. It's like, it's bad. It's really, really bad outside.
The sun looked insane when I was walking Carl this morning, and I immediately took a picture of it, and then I was like, am I supposed to be able to stare directly into the sun the way it looks at this moment? I'm going to send you guys the picture now. And
it was really bad. Like, you looked at the sky, and it looked like when you see L.A. or China, and you see what like their skyline looks like with a bunch of smog stuff, but it's not smog.
My sinuses are insane.
It's from wildfires that are in Canada.
Damn it,
are
Canada.
coming all the way down. And I don't know if this hit our friends in Rochester first and like made its way down here. Maybe.
Well, it was that was the same reason. Remember right before I went to New York in June, I want to say?
Yeah,
this
it was
happened.
really bad.
And like New York was orange.
But we were like, it's hitting Jacksonville, kind of. It is definitely having an effect here in Central Florida.
Oh, all over. It's all over the state of Florida. From our friends in West Palm Beach are getting hit. The thing I'm looking at today, the air quality index thing, it's like red down in West Palm Beach. And then it's like still terrible all over the state of Florida. and it's green above us, which makes me think it like came down from the northeast, obviously, as the smoke was like kind of making its way over the country. And maybe Dallas escaped all of this, but God, it's just really bad. And when it says, like when it's red on the map and they give you alerts on this, it's unhealthy. Like the air quality is unhealthy to even breathe or be outside in. And there's nothing that's pink, which would be very unhealthy, but it just seems pretty bad. And it was noticeable this morning. And the weirdest thing in the world is that it's these damn Canadians have done this from so far away. Their fires are getting us and having an impact on our life from way down here.
I mean, it must suck to breathe up in Canada right now, though, right?
I would guess it would be worse. Hey, hold on. Let me bring up, here's Sabrina's photograph. You just see like it's
7:30 in the morning. Isn't that wild looking?
Like dark looking still. You can't really see any of this.
I'm sure I burnt my retinas taking that picture.
Yeah, there it is right there. It's bad air quality.
Kind of cool though, huh?
Folks in Florida, be careful out there today. Try to stay inside a little more if you can, and don't breathe in all this crap. These damn Canadians putting us in an awkward position. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Vicky says it looks like a wildfire is somewhere nearby, but no smoky smell. Yeah, this is coming all the way from Canada.
I smelled smoky smell this morning for sure.
I guess maybe that comes along with the smoke. It might just come along with it. It just, I wouldn't have thought it would gone that far. I would have thought like it would dissipate when it got to some distance that is, not the distance between Canada and the southeastern United States for sure. All right, there is something that is happening. It's a big, big change in the world of churches. And churches, I don't know why they're doing this, because to me this seems... I don't know. It seems like cheating, really.
What kind of church? It seems
like cheating. There's a bunch of them that have done this, but this is a Methodist church in Texas that's doing it.
Those are your people, right?
Yeah, the Crystal Methodists, the Wild Church, which just anybody could come into one of those Methodist churches.
Hallelujah.
What are you doing?
Hallelujah.
They are using at one of these churches, this one in North Austin, they're using ChatGPT to do their sermons.
No.
And
the sermons are supposed to be from God.
I would have thought, like, you go to a church and you want the sermon to be, like, in the voice of your pastor, right? You want to, like, go each week and it's sort of like a lesson, and then the Bible is interjected into this, and, there you go. You stand up and sing a couple of times. But to me, going in and hearing a pastor read something from ChatGPT, it seems impersonal. It doesn't seem like that's what you should be doing in a church.
I mean,
they
just
are.
Shouldn't have told anybody. I bet they reuse sermons all the time.
Well, they probably could have got away with it if they didn't say anything. This is Pastor Jay Cooper of Violet Crown City Church decided to debut an AI-generated worship service for his congregation. He came across the idea of using AI to worship God through using ChatGPT himself for personal use, such as for writing humorous country music lyrics for fun. That's what he's up to.
That's what, before he started writing sermons, that's what he was using his ChatGPT for?
Yep, that's what he was up to. And he thought it would be a great way to move his congregation into the 21st century by introducing them to AI in a way that still lets them worship God. Using AI, Jay recorded the service while letting the artificial intelligence generator conduct the service. AI was able to create prayers, a sermon, and an original song based on the sermon itself. Jay insisted he was able to use AI in a way that many would not have thought of and take the stereotype that Christianity meant being unaccepting and stuck in the past. So he's trying to say, like, this is good. It shows that we're forward thinking. I just think it's kind of lazy. It seems like an impersonal way to do things. I want my pastor to be telling me, like, real stories from his childhood. Not that I'm going to church. I'm not going to go there to begin with. Even though Courtney said the other day, she was like, "You want to go to church sometime?" And I'm like, "No, we're not going to church." She wants to go to church at high school football games. Who is this woman? What's happening to her?
You keep her, okay? You keep her safe. I love that woman.
She was kidding about the church thing, I believe. But if we went, we wouldn't go to a place where they had an AI sermon. I wouldn't do that.
Listen, I grew up Catholic, so the homily, which would be known as sermon for everyone else, it's like you get that old 85-year-old Irish priest. You can't understand anything he's saying. I wouldn't know if it's ChatGPT or he said the same thing every Sunday for the last 20 years.
Every time I went to Catholic church with my friends, it was like that.
Party.
And it was like very different to me Whereas when I had been to Baptist church in the past and Methodist church, there would be almost like a story. And then that story would be intertwined with something in the Bible and then, sing a song and go out like this church did.
We had a priest that was pretty old. And I think, maybe he had an idea of what he was going to say, but he did a lot of improvising, a lot of off script, just off the cuff, just letting the Holy Spirit hit him. And but he
wasn't
did
speaking in tongues, was he?
No. It wasn't. This wasn't like a high energy thing. I mean, like I said, this guy was quite old, because I think sometimes during like the consecration or during the stuff he didn't have to do, once he got in that big comfy priest chair, he started to doze off a little bit. but like there would be times where he was doing the sermon, he was doing the homily, and he would go so long just because he was doing these thought out God talks, and just really trying to drive the point home.
Slow.
As if talking slow like that really drives the point home, that we were running out of time for the songs. And so stuff that you would usually sing, like the choir director would just lean over the microphone and start talking the stuff to let everybody know, like, hey, we don't have time to sing this. This guy has just droned on for so long. The next group of people for the next mass is going to show up any minute now.
Would they just go through Our God is an Awesome God at 2x speed? And just very quickly?
It was just, well, no.
He reigns from heaven above. It's amazing how much of those songs and hymns I still have in my head.
Yep.
Fully memorized.
Yeah. You'll never forget that. It'll be burned in there because you've done it so many times. I'm not going to any church that doesn't have some wacko with a venomous snake. That's what I want. That's the church I like.
It's so hot in those places, though. They don't have AC, man.
I want the church with no AC and venomous snakes, and the guy who's been bit a couple of times and had to be rescued each time, but still has faith that God will protect him from the venom of the rattlesnake that he's holding. That's the church I want. That's the one where they do speak in tongues a little bit, They get like a bit wilder with things. And they'll have somebody stand up out of a wheelchair. Miracles happen in those churches. Those are the churches you want to go to. That's why I never bought into the super church. You get a church so big that it feels like there's no connection between people there. It's too many folks watching one. It's not an intimate thing.
The people's bank account with the actual megachurch.
It just feels like transactional. I want the snakes. I want a little bit of the wild side of religion and the speaking in tongues and all that good stuff.
Do you think they have venom, like anti-venom ready, or they're just praying for it?
I think they probably, because I've seen it before where a news story has been out and they'll say that some pastor who, used the venomous snakes in front of his congregation got bit again, and they had to rush him to the hospital again. All the experts at the hospital are like, you moron, what are you doing? All you have to do is not do this, and you'll probably live to an old age where you're nice and comfortable. Alicia on YouTube says, I watched a YouTube video the other day about that old record label Tooth and Nail. It was the only Christian music I ever listened to because it didn't sound cheesy. Yeah, there was a whole thing back then. And because for 1 year, I went to a Christian school, one on Okeechobee Boulevard, called the Berean Christian School. I think Larry the Cable Guy went there, so I'll never be the most famous guy from the school. No, it's a different guy.
It's the get her done guy.
Yeah, he's the get her done guy. But at that school, all the kids, if you would get in the car with them to go somewhere, they'd be playing songs. I'd be like, what is this? Yeah, there'd be those kind of bands. Or what was the ska band? What was the Christian ska band? Do you remember that at all?
I don't remember there being a Christian ska band.
Oh my God, there's so many. And the Christian hardcore rap band.
Yeah, and they had lots of albums. Oh, Skillet was another one that people would listen to. I can't remember too many of them.
Band, the OC Supertones?
Yeah, the Supertones. I think that was it. Yeah, and this huge ska band with horns and the whole damn thing.
You know why? Because that's where the money's at, man.
Oh, and Alicia says another one. I think you'll remember this, Sabrina. MXPX. Did you hear them at all?
I feel like I'd remember their music immediately.
Probably. I remember we ain't got no place to go, so let's go to the punk rock show. That was a huge song.
That was a Christian song?
I don't remember that. I didn't know they were Christian, but I remember the MXPX for sure.
Well, they didn't put God every 3 sentences in their music. They would just be like,
God.
Let's go to God and
Jesus God.
subtle things would happen during the songs that would remind you, oh, yeah, this is a Christian music band. And then sometimes the bands would be embarrassed that they were Christian music bands and like evolve out of it.
So you get that paycheck, though.
Yeah, and well, the Christian music bands don't make anything compared to like a mainstream artist. I guess the only benefit would be that you have much less competition.
I think back in the day when you had the CD stores, what was like the Family Christian store or something like that, and you would have a CD in there because you mentioned Jesus or God one time, and you would make some serious money.
I think you can make big money in religious music, but I think it's like the most successful religious singer isn't in the top 100 of just generic mainstream singers. There's not a big of an audience for that. There's a smaller amount of people. People are bringing up all these bands. Jars of Clay, I remember that too. All these damn bands. It was such a weird world because I had never heard of that before, and I never heard any of that music. And I just said, everybody keeps putting on songs, and I've never heard a single one of these songs before in my life. And you all know the lyrics somehow. When we return, we've got jury duty on the way, and somehow Katy Perry has wiggled herself into jury duty. Plus, something you should know about your iPhone that's kind of important. You're going to want to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday, Alexa will know everything. Alexa, how do I get rid of a deadbeat roommate?
Try poisoning them.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
After an embarrassing loss to Seattle, it's time to admit the obvious. Giants aren't a good football team, and Daniel Jones is mediocre and overpaid. Saquon's hurt again. Brian Daboll can't fix this alone. The good news for New York, the upcoming draft is quarterback heavy. They'll be near the top of it, and they have options. It's time to make a move, and Brian Daboll get his quarterback. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Owning a Mercedes-Benz EV isn't just extraordinary, it's extra easy. With full remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app, the vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
Attention business owners. This is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA storage event.
Hi, thanks.
Whether you're looking to get the kids' toys or your closet organized, we're here to help with advice and tons of savings through October 10th.
Can you help me find all my lost socks?
We'll help you to organize them so you don't lose them at all.
Wow,
Visit us in-store for lots of savings, plus home furnishing storage workshops and more the weekend of October 7th. Learn more at ikea-usa.com/IKEA storage event. Offer valid 9/27 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and ikea-usa.com/IKEA storage event for complete terms. Exclusions apply.
October is Sudden Cardiac Arrest Month. Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in the U.S. with a survival rate about 10% or less. Russ Rollins here. In honor of Sudden Cardiac Arrest Month, I'm setting a personal goal. I want to send 1,000 Monster listeners for a free heart scan with a minimum requirement valued at $699. I want you guys all to be safe and healthy, and I want my listeners to get in and get this scan. I did it, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad that I did. You have an opportunity to get a heart scan and a full body scan for cancer. What is Life Imaging FLA? Well, FDA-approved, state-of-the-art, low-dose radiation CT scan. Early detection saves lives. You know, 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Man, wouldn't you rather know today instead of worry about tomorrow? While you're there, ask about their cancer screening. It's better to know now than to wait till it's too late. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan with a few minimum requirements valued at $699 now. From your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds.
Your industry is unique. It faces its own challenges and risks that set it apart. That means choosing just any insurance company just won't cut it. At The Hartford, we take pride in knowing the ins and outs of your industry and help provide solutions that suit how you do business, from liability and property insurance to workers' comp and more. At The Hartford, we don't just talk about specialization, we live it. Learn how The Hartford can help your business at thehartford.com.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine, no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free, anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
CarsForKids.org is the best vehicle donation charity helping kids go from surviving to thriving. CarsForKids.org picks up vehicles in any condition for free.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
And for all you with iPhones, they're trying to get us to do something, and I'm not going to do it. I just don't believe this. My faith is so low. They're trying to say that with the new iPhone design and the titanium and whatnot, you're not going to need a case. And they said, it just the iPhone 15 Pro Max, they said, just passed this drop test. And what they do on this drop test is they take the iPhone and they simulate from like waist height the phone dropping to the ground. And they did it 100 times. And they said there was like no visible damage minus some minor scratches on the phone.
Trust me, I will find a way. There's no way in hell that I'll do that. Because if you do happen to break it, and it's just like a rare case where the drop test failed, it's going to cost you pretty much, 75% of what you originally paid to repair it?
And they're expensive now.
Nearly impossible for you to replace like the glass or the screen because of the way that it's built.
And that's the Pro Max, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I don't know. Is it $1,200, $1,300? I think it's pretty damn expensive.
I think it starts at $1,200.
Okay, so it's expensive, and I'm not going to take the case off my phone and just go, all right, I believe you, Apple. I got faith in you. You're not screwing me over somehow.
We need to sell some more screens.
Does it go in the water now?
They've been going underwater.
Yeah, they've been going underwater for a while, but they removed a the little toggle thing on the left side of your iPhone, which
volume?
It's the toggle for
to silence the phone.
Oh, right.
To put things on silent. They removed that and they put some new button there. And I think that sealed up the phone. Yeah, the action button is what they're calling it. I think that sealed things up even better. But I'm not doing this, man. That seems like way too much of a risk. You're going to charge me $1,500 for a phone, and then I know I need a case on that damn thing because inevitably you're going to drop it. You people out there, and I see you, you're out of your minds. You people who don't have a case on your phones. I don't care if you have an Android phone.
You used to be one of those people.
I know, but then I realized how stupid it was because you know how many phones I bought? You remember that period of time when I was buying a phone a month or something?
That was for Dylan.
Dylan was just destroying phones. He was Dylan, the destroyer of phones. And every month I had to buy a new iPhone. I swear to God, I think there was a period of months there where it coincided with a breakup that I was going through, which my phone got smashed on that one. And
twice.
Dylan having some phone mishaps. And I bought, I think, 4 iPhones in a handful of months. And then I said, every iPhone's getting a case. Every single one from here on out. I want a case. I want that screen protector thing, that you like kind of peel off and try to put on there without getting the bubbles underneath it. I want all of that.
I got a case for my new laptop, and it came with something like that for the screen. And I was like, there's no way this is going to go on without bubbles. It was off the screen and in the trash within minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get it down there without the bubbles?
It's hard to do. Like
I can't do it.
Even with the phone, I like the one where they give you that little plastic guide that snaps on your phone. And so you can't screw up putting that thing on there.
I need that for everything in my life. Give me the can't screw up method of fixing these things, and then we're good. But when you have these things where it's like there's too many steps, I know that something's going to go wrong. There's no way I'm going to avoid this. And I am not taking my case off my phone. I'm sticking with the case just because better safe than sorry. That's how I want to keep it, at least for now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you got lots of options out there, but you want to make the smart choice. You want to go with a lawyer who's going to listen to you and hear what happened to you, hear your story, and then fight for you. Not an attorney who's going to show up disheveled last minute for a court appearance. Not an attorney who's just never going to see you and try to settle the case as fast as possible. This is the right choice. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Katy Perry has worked her way into jury duty. They said it couldn't be done, and yet here we are. There is a proposed housing law in California which is named after Katy Perry. You might have heard that she was in some back and forth with some old nuns over a property that she was trying to buy. And this act is supposed to protect people in the situation that those old folks were in. It says the Protecting Elder Realty for Retirement Years, or PERRY, Katy Perry, the Perry Act, soon to be introduced in several states, would give home sellers aged 75 and up to 72 hours to change their mind about parting ways with a personal residence. So this act in California would make it so if oldos sell their homes 72 hours later, they could be, or 71 hours later, they could be like, nah, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
So this was not with the nuns, though. This was
not the situation with the nuns?
No, this was with an older...
Some old ladies, right?
An older man, actually. And it's his children that decided or saw that he wasn't in his right mind because he had just went through some sort of surgery, and they bought the home from him and realized...
Wait, what was the nun thing? Was this like there used to be a monastery or something like that?
Yeah, and they were trying to kick out the nuns, or they were trying to buy their property, and they refused to sell it. This one, they successfully bought this property, and now the children of this older man said he wasn't in his right mind when he tried to sell it off.
It says it stems from a lawsuit that went to trial last week against Katy Perry and her fiance. The suit was filed by Carl Westcott. He's a man who was in his 80s who founded 1-800-Flowers decades ago.
Oh, damn.
Loaded.
And father-in-law of Real Housewife Cameron Westcott. Westcott, who suffers from a rare neurodegenerative disease, agreed to sell his Santa Barbara mansion to the celebrity couple for $14.2 million in 2020, but then he tried to renege on the deal and get out of it. He claims when he signed the paperwork, his judgment was clouded by post-surgery painkillers he was taking. Come on. They're trying to set this up so people can have like an out clause, which I don't like the idea of that, because I hate the idea of somebody going through the whole process, getting a home, the deal is done, and then somebody goes, no, not going to do it. Maybe we got some other offer at the last minute after the deal was done, not even at the last minute. It says, strangely, this isn't the first real estate lawsuit involving Katy Perry and senior citizens. A few years ago, the singer won a case against elderly nuns over her attempt to purchase a former convent, the Perry Act. Who knows if it will pass or not, but it's out there now.
It just seems like something that is opening up a channel for abuse.
I don't want that. Yeah, when you make a deal, you make a deal. When you sign the items and it's like, you're going to sell it? All right, you're selling the house? Okay, deal over with. Can't have seller's remorse. Afterwards, you want your thing back.
By the way, also, it seems like something that is a law that we don't need because we already have things in play for when this actually happens. Like if there was somebody who was forced to sign a contract under duress, or they were mentally unstable or something like that, I believe there's already, lanes you can take legally to remedy that situation. So I feel like it's something, it's
what
false
happened
flag.
With this older man, the kids expected to get that house when he died.
Probably. Yeah. And they're like, how dare you sell it? Tell him you were out of it and you didn't understand what you were signing when you were signing it. Because the process of buying a house isn't like, hello, I am selling my house for this much money. And you go, okay, I'm buying the house. Okay, deal done. See you later. It doesn't happen in a flash. The process of buying a house is a pain in the ass. You gotta remember the Stacko documents, C-Lane? They're signing stuff for hours and hours. It's a whole process. It does not happen in even one day. You're gonna see the place. You're gonna tour the place. You're gonna put forward an offer. They're gonna accept the offer. Then you're gonna go in and do the closing. And once the closing's done, the deal is done. After closing, I think what Sabrina said is exactly what happened here. Those kids said, we want the house. What the hell are you doing?
If you were able to get a house in less than a month, you've done a pretty remarkable thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty drawn-out process, or at least it tends to go that way. And finally, in jury duty today, we may finally know who Banksy really is.
Oh, I don't want to know.
I know. At this point, I'd rather just keep it a secret, but Banksy, the artist, the street artist, known for his murals and, provocative works. Long have they tried to guess who this guy is. There's been documentaries about him. Exit Through the Gift Shop is a great one if you've never seen it before. But now there's a lawsuit against Pest Control Ltd., which is a company set up by Banksy to manage the sale of their art, as well as a man called Robin Gunningham. The 49-year-old graffiti artist has long been thought to be the man behind the infamous moniker, and this lawsuit may make it so legally in court, Banksy actually has to reveal who he is.
This is another piece of his bet.
Do you think so?
Yes.
This is another artistic piece? The thing he did at the art auction was insane, though, where he.
Oh my God! When it shredded as soon as someone bought it.
There was a Banksy piece, and you see it up there on the stage, and somebody had just bought it for, I don't know, a lot of money. And then as the sale was going final, it turned out the frame of the painting had a shredder built into it, and it started shredding the piece of art, which is super clever and kind of messed up and interesting, and, you know, like everything else Banksy does. He's a very creative individual, but we'll soon maybe know exactly who he is. When we come back, something that has been gone for quite some time is back again, baby. And you can get in on this, but you got to stick with us. What is it? We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dave Chappelle, It's a Celebration, coming to Amway Center November 2nd. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. Plus, you can enter to win them at realradio.fm/contest.
Checking into I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays due to an accident off to the side in Volusia County at Dirksen Drive. There's slowdowns in Osceola on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities have just cleared up an accident in Orange County westbound before Orange Blossom Trail. And there's haze in the area, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa has pizza. Wawa has pizza, and it's freshly made. Wawa has pizza until 3 a.m. Brought to you by Wawa, who now has pizza starting at 4 p.m. Wawa has pizza. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio wants to provide you with a little holiday magic.
Holiday magic.
Holiday magic in the form of $1,000 13 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do it on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer your phone from a number that you most likely will not recognize when they call back the winner, because that's how you get some
holiday magic.
This contest is sponsored locally by Mills Air.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992 right here in Central Florida. Over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer, turn to the experts. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing and the movies.
Everything that we are doing is incredibly data-driven. We are getting signals in every single day about how specific audiences are performing. So although we're marketing at a very broad scale, and that does include specific local markets, that's really the beauty of iHeart's network. You're not serving the same message to a consumer in Nashville necessarily that you may be in New York. You have the ability to be very specific and very personalized, but at a tremendous scale.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
My God! People are so stupid. They're melting down out there over this stupid emergency alert. And now there's another thing that people are getting wrong about this. Not just the original thing where it was like, it's going to ruin all of your appliances and it's going to do real bad stuff to people who got the vaccine. It's going to activate those super chips that were implanted in your arm from Bill Gates' vaccine, I guess.
Mind you, the appliance thing was that one post on about that landlord that got pretty viral. A lot of people saw that.
Far too many people seem to go, there might be something to this.
Is that not exactly what Y2K was? That everything, all the appliances and electronics would be ruined?
But Y2K made more sense.
I was too young.
What they said was, for the year 2000, the software, it all runs like there's software behind every program that you're using, like an ATM, and they stored the years in 2 digits. So it would be 1998, 1999, and it would be resetting back to year 0, which they thought was going to break all the software. So they had to make it more digits so it would accommodate for moving forward. So that kind of makes a little sense, but really nothing happened. I mean, it was like the biggest nothing burger ever on Y2K. And I've told this story before.
But also because we spend a lot of time like preparing for Y2K. Like there were a lot of like Y2K patches and software updates and stuff.
But people were still panicking around that time. I mean, like literally that night, I was looking out the window of my house. I'm like, everything okay? All right, it looks like we're still good.
Pussy.
We made it into 2000. Here we go. And a lot of people are freaking out about the alert thing. But the other dumb thing that they're freaking out about is that they're going, well, why is this call going to take 30 minutes? I don't understand why the call would take 30 minutes. And the message is not going to take 30 minutes, you dummies. It's going to take 30 minutes to text or send the alert to the entirety of the United States of America.
Time zones.
There's like time that it takes for this to roll out. You can't just magically go boom and it goes to every single phone. It has to roll out to all the phones. So it's going to roll out to all the phones over the course of those 30 minutes. So, if you're in the same area as a bunch of other people, you're probably all going to get it at the same time, I would guess. But some people will get it later in that 30-minute window. It's not going to be going off on your phone for 30 straight minutes, okay? My God.
Hey, but listen, just for fun, what if all of it really did go down? Then we're in the middle of the show and we're like, something's happening to my body, man.
The radio transmission starts breaking up.
And then an arm comes out of our neck or we become robots.
I'm losing faith in humanity. You have to be smarter than this, people. You have to be smarter than to be afraid of an emergency alert. And emergency alerts can be good. It's not like some weird way for the government to track you. And just for the record, most of you don't care about people tracking you anyways. You let all these companies track you at every twist and turn of your digital life. You hit yes, you accept the terms of service and the terms of use or whatever for every single app that you have. You're just funneling your information on a minute-to-minute basis to all of these corporations and scammers and hackers and everybody else. You don't care about that. You just care about this because you think, I don't know, you're just buying into some weird conspiracy.
So send us a dispatch about it. Download the News Junkie app. Absolutely free.
I think there's overlap here. I think there's overlap with the 5G people. Those people, I think, are overlapping with the emergency alert thing for tomorrow.
Probably.
Those
I thought
groups
5G
seem
is
like
old
them.
news. Are we on
But there's
something
still
else
people
now?
that think it's dangerous. 5G is going to give you cancer. And they point to because I think they had to do something recently in France with the iPhone because
iPhone 12 though. You're talking about the radiation emission.
Yes, right. So, but any little story like that, they think gives some credibility to their conspiracy theory that 5G is really bad.
There's that, and then my question is, why are so many more people freaking out about this one? But when President Trump was taking the helm and going, I'm sending this message, Trump is going to text everybody, everybody was fine with it.
See if you can find
seemed cool.
a video of Trump talking about that. See if you can find him talking about that alert, because I do remember a little bit of buzz around that time, but nothing like what I'm seeing right now with this emergency alert going out tomorrow. It's much stronger, much more noise behind the scenes and on social media. Sam says they said 3G and 4G was going to give you cancer too. We all probably got a little cancer, It just seems
just
to be
going to get a little cancer, Stan.
It's a little bit of it. So, yeah, that's happening tomorrow. Stop being stupid about it, please. Celia, let me know if you find that video or if it's maybe not out there.
I just see, articles about it. I'm not seeing video yet, but I'll look.
No, we just know this same exact thing happened already. I'm
excited for it.
A little bit of a hubbub, but it wasn't as big as I'm seeing for this. Something else is coming back, and it's going to be huge for some of you. Others are going to not care in the slightest, but National Taco Day is on the way, friends. And Taco Bell, the corporation that went after a much smaller company and squashed them for their trademark of Taco Tuesday and got everybody to celebrate that somehow. The Taco Bell company is now saying they're bringing back the Taco Lovers Pass. And this means you get the pass. It's $10. And then one day or every one taco per day for every 30. I'm sorry. How do I say this right? Taco Bell fans can redeem one taco per day for 30 days when they purchase the Taco Lovers Pass.
For $10.
It's for sale until Wednesday. Yeah, it's $10. And you can get, here's the selection you can get from Crunchy Taco, boring. Crunchy Taco Supreme, that's more like it.
A little bit better.
Why would I get the Crunchy Taco when I could get the Crunchy Taco Supreme? What kind of dumb move is that?
Oh, wait, you're going to have the same one every single day? Got to switch it up.
Yeah, I might want to move it around. Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. There you go. Now you're getting your money's worth. Get one of those suckers every day. Your bowel movements will be orange, but, the rest of it's good. It's going to be tasty.
I'm pretty sure the only difference between a taco and a Taco Supreme is like sour cream and tomatoes, maybe onion.
It's those little diced tomatoes and sour cream. That's the only thing that they have different between the two of them. But they're more expensive for sure. Everything's more expensive nowadays anyhow. All right, we're going to go over to you. We haven't heard from you in a bit, so let's get to some of your dispatches. Oh, real quick, somebody sent over in a photo dispatch how the smoke from Canada has made its way down the southeastern portion of the United States. And the actual journey of this smoke is so insane. Take a look at this in front of me here. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, I'll describe it for everybody else. The wildfire started in Canada. Then it got whipped up north of Canada and went way around. And it went by New York. I don't know if this timeline was it went by New York as long ago as when C-Lane was in New York, but that seems like way too long ago.
No, because when I Googled the Canadian wildfires, it said that New York City was being affected again by Canadian wildfires.
Okay. All right, okay. So then it just made its way all the way down the southeast. So it's been this big, whipping trip that it's been on. And now all the way down in the southeastern United States, it's terribly, the visibility outside is terribly affected by this today. And it's just nasty. And the air is dangerous, they say. It's actually bad for you to be outside too much today. It's red in some areas in Florida.
The sunset's going to be beautiful, though.
Afterwards, I think we'll be maybe it'll seem clearer than before, when the smoke goes by. And we'll go,
after a hurricane comes and it's all,
yeah, it's beautiful afterwards. Here's Steven talking about the damn alert thing.
You guys are the only ones talking about this damn alert that they're sending out. I haven't heard anything about this besides from you guys. I think you're freaking out, Sean. Nobody else.
I'm not freaking out, and a lot of people are talking about this. Let me just show you here, buddy. National alert, I'll search for, and we'll see how many news stories there is about this right now. 68 million news stories that flags on Google. Every major news organization within the last hour has a post, or at least the last day. It's on every single platform you could think of. If you go on any major news sites, it's probably one of the top stories. It's out there. But,
wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll hear a lot of it tomorrow, too. Here's Danger with a dispatch for us.
Yo, junkies, it's Danger.
Hey,
I was just thinking about this the other day. That's kind of funny. I grew up a pastor's kid, so I had to hide all my, No Effects and Rancid and all that stuff under my bed. But there were definitely, ska bands who were Christian, and one of them had the coolest name for a ska band, I think, either Christian or not, was Five Iron Frenzy.
Yep, I remember
them.
that.
Badass, man. It had, their logo was the 9 Inch Nails thing, FIF. It's pretty cool.
Put your seatbelt on.
Something's beeping at him. Maybe he's getting the alert early.
On.
He's in trouble. Here's Comb That Chest Hair with a dispatch.
Afternoon, junkies.
Hey.
You were talking about religious bands. Katy Perry was actually, her first couple of albums were Christian rock albums.
She was Katie Hudson or something at that time in her career, I think. And then some of these other bands just completely switches it up. The Big Show's talking about that.
News junkies, your boy Big Show here. Hey. So you're talking about Christian music. Look up Lecrae. He's probably the most successful Christian rapper.
I feel like that's the one I heard of.
And he had a song about a few years ago that broke onto mainstream music, and he's actually very, very successful. Probably, the most successful Christian rapper that I know of. Yeah. So, yeah, Wiggle, Wiggle, Pop, Pop, big show out.
There was a band, Lecrae is what he said. It's Lecrae is how you spell it. See if they have like a lot of followers or something. Because some of these groups, somebody else said like the friend of their son or something is a Christian singer. We got that earlier too.
We do have the name that I would recognize from growing up, the Christian singer that crossed over. We don't have his smash hit that was a Christian music banger, but there's a couple of in the Christmas section of Michael W. Smith.
Yeah,
remember Michael W. Smith? Place in This World? Woo.
Right.
Man.
And they used to do those weirdo concerts where like everybody would get the purity rings and they would sign a pledge that they weren't going to lose their virginity.
I've signed one of those.
There was like
it's a whole big thing. Crap out of it afterwards. All right, we have Lecrae.
Do we really? Maybe I've heard of this person.
Lecrae, we have Hammer Time, California Dreaming, Broke, and then Blessings with
particular politician on Capitol Hill. You see, something happened to him last night that should scare the hell out of everybody. We'll see if it does. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. They specialize in one-of-a-kind custom-designed jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon. Watch out for an accident near Dirksen Drive. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike. You won't be expecting anything on the Greenway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Avalon Road at Valley Boulevard. And there's haze in the area. So while driving, travel with caution. See traffic troubles. Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hey, big shout out and congratulations to Larry out of Deltona. Larry's a listener of the show. Thank you for that, Larry. He was ready to upgrade his driving situation. He went down to Nation's Trucks over the weekend and left in the 5th truck that he has purchased from Nation's Trucks. The guy's a big fan. He's got his very own 2022 Ram 2500 Cummins diesel 4x4, and you could be next. You could start with the first one if you haven't done any like Larry, but you start driving the truck that you deserve. You do it today. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nation's Trucks has got them all, and with approved credit, you don't make any payments till 2024. What are you waiting for? It's time to upgrade. Time to visit nationstrucks.com or go down and see them in person in Sanford, 1792, 1 mile south of Lake Murray Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkies sent you.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Orlando Harley-Davidson. Visit OrlandoHarley.com. Get ready to experience the excitement.
It is the 13th year of the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The emotions.
Love you guys. I'm so happy to be here tonight.
The surprises.
Are you ready for another I can't believe it moment?
The superstars.
Such an amazing honor to share a stage with so many unbelievable artists.
And of course, the music.
Our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming to Hulu.
You will not want to miss. Stream the special starting October 10th.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA storage event.
Hi, thanks.
Whether you're looking to get the kids' toys or your closet organized, we're here to help with advice and tons of savings through October 10th.
Can you help me find all my lost socks?
We'll help you to organize them so you don't lose them at all.
Wow.
Visit us in-store for lots of savings, plus home furnishing storage workshops and more the weekend of October 7th. Learn more at IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event. Offer valid 9/27 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event for complete terms. Exclusions apply.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There is no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Looking for a sizzling good time in all of Central Florida? Look no further than Jimmy Bear's Barbecue and Porky's Comedy Club, where flavor meets fun. Jimmy Bear's Barbecue and Porky's Comedy Club is proud to bring you top-tier entertainment, along with our delicious fresh barbecue offerings. Whether you're looking for a night out with friends, a unique date night, or just a good time, Jimmy Bear's Barbecue and Porky's Comedy Club is the place to be. Utilize code 1041 for monster deals online or in-house. Jimmy Bear's Barbecue and Porky's Comedy Club in St. Cloud, where flavor meets fun.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Real Radio.
I love that. The CEO of Mattel. Of course, you just had the Barbie movie. Huge hit. They made a ton of money. That thing is like a money printing machine, basically. And we had talked about at the time where they're fired up on all this nostalgia stuff. They want to make so many movies for you about every single toy and board game, and
there was like 30 or 40 titles that were in the works already.
I believe so, yeah. And one of them was Barney, and they said they're going to make a Barney movie, and they're already trying to get out ahead of this, and they're like, the Barney movie is not going to be odd. It's not going to be weird, you guys. It's going to be totally normal that there's a Barney movie.
Barbie, I don't know, I like weird stuff, so would Barbie be considered weird that you need to give a warning about?
I think people are thinking the Barbie thing makes sense. You can make that into a movie. And you did, and you made a bunch of money. But what are you going to do with Barney? And how are you going to pull that off? That's going to be weird. And they're like, no. It's going to be totally normal. We promise you.
Is this the same one, or is there a documentary about, it was supposed to be dark. There was something about this Barney movie that was dark.
Yeah, there was a Barney documentary called I Love You, You Hate Me. And it was all about Barney. It's a very dark twist on thing. What was that movie? Oh, my God. I'm not going to have enough details here. And you guys are going to eat me alive. Okay. There's a movie where it's like there's a character that's exactly like Barney, but the movie is really dark.
Smooches. Death to Smoochie.
That is it. Death to Smoochie. That is what I was talking about.
That was Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams is in it, and it's like a dark version of Barney, but you could totally tell that Barney inspired the look of the Smoochie character that was at the center of that.
No, I mean, I'm sure Barney will be a totally normal movie where he has to save the world from Baby Bop, who's gone crazy.
What's going to happen here?
Scooter McNutty gets just a little too McNutty, and they have to fix everything.
And then they all brush each other's teeth.
Who the hell is Scooter McNutty?
It's a little squirrel-looking thing.
All I remember is Barney and that green girl. The green girl.
Baby Bop.
Baby Bop. I remember those two.
There was a third. There's
BJ, Riff.
BJ.
Gianna, played by Selena Gomez.
That was
really?
Past my time.
My God. Yeah, that's past me, too.
Well,
I think there was only two.
This was not even in my time at all. I hated Barney. I'm just reading off of Google.
Barney. I mean,
is Barney still around?
Obsessed with Barney. I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Was it on PBS or was it on one of the channels?
I thought it was PBS. Well, PBS was a channel.
Yeah, no,
PBS,
but you know what I mean.
But it was. I had like several VHS tapes, and it was like on repeat. As soon as it was done, replay the VHS tape.
My God!
Hire Barney, or like a really ugly looking, cheaper version of Barney for the parties.
Hey Siri, remind me in 3 years to buy noise canceling headphones.
He's
for the baby.
Yeah, you're gonna go through all this all over again.
It's gonna be Miss Rachel, man. It's gonna be hello. We're gonna learn the colors.
Okay,
and
but
make
hold on.
6 figures.
When Dylan was a little kid, and I got to go back through the process of what's big on the kids' channels, because once you're not a kid and you don't have a kid, you completely disconnect from that. There's not a lot of adults that sit down and watch the Disney Channel. It's kind of weird.
You love
honestly.
Zach and Cody.
I did. When I watched it with Dylan, because I had a reason to watch it, I watched it with Dylan. I liked a lot of those shows. I thought they were like uplifting and they were kind of low calorie, always put you in a good mood, those kind of things. Drake and Josh was good. I enjoyed those shows when Dylan was a little kid. But then again, now I'm an adult who doesn't have a child.
So are they. They're all doing porn now. Another Nickelodeon girl just signed up with Playboy.
Oh, did she? Yeah. I mean, I now that I don't watch it, I have no idea what's big. I have no idea what's popular with the younger kids. When you say Miss Rachel, going through what I just went through, describing to you what it was like with Dylan, I would like some of those shows. So Phineas and Ferb and like all kinds of different Kim Possible, the cartoons that they had at the time. I like them. When you watch the Mrs. Rachel YouTube stuff, can an adult like it too, or is it just like, oh my God?
No, this is like early learning. It's your infant to 3-year-olds.
Oh, okay. So this is real
obsessed.
basic.
It's like your Blippies and the Blueies. And I only know this because Alex just, his kid just turned 2 years old, and that's how I was introduced to it. And then I dressed up like Miss Rachel for his son's birthday party, and I've never felt more love from children in my entire life. They looked at me like, oh my God, she is here. And I just talk like this, hello. And I wore the same outfit as her, kind of. And it was a damn hit, dude.
It's such an interesting age, because when you're 2 and Spider-Man shows up at your birthday party, you're like, well, son of a bitch. My parents must be rich. They got Spider-Man at my birthday party.
Peen area looks a little different than the TV show.
When you get a little older, then the kids, they know, they know what's going on. They know you're not like really Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
But some of those little kids are like, oh my God.
There was one older kid who was like, that's not Miss Rachel. And I'm
like, you guys are lying.
What a bastard.
Go with it, dude.
That is a rude move right there.
So with the Barbie movie, how we started this discussion, and you were talking about how much money it made and just the billions and just printing money. Have they talked about whether or not there was a huge spike in actual Barbie sales surrounding the movie?
I think there was some stories about that, yeah.
And I saw some story that even adults, like, not only buying it for their children, but you were seeing a lot more adults that didn't even have children getting what they called emotional support Barbies.
Oh, really? Courtney, yesterday, two things. One, we got mailed a catalog. And
Amazon?
the catalog, the Amazon like Top Toys catalog. Okay, we got mailed the Top Toys catalog. Did you look at that? Did you go through that, Sabrina?
No, it's on top of other magazines I haven't looked at yet, but one of these days.
Interesting thing, they don't put the prices on anything anymore. So now, little kid getting ready for Christmas gets the Amazon toy catalog, and he goes, I want this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And the little kid doesn't know, I mean, not that most of them know to begin with how much stuff actually costs, but the prices aren't there. So that the parents can't be like, make sure it's under this amount. And I was like, oh, that's screwy that they're doing this. And Courtney goes, oh, they got a new Barbie dream house. She goes like, I get it, but I don't have a place where I could put it. And I was like, you're an adult too. There's that thing too.
You said the same thing about the Lego stuff. And then the year afterwards, after she worked her ass off to make the Home Alone Lego, you're like, well, I think we are for adults.
Well, no, I liked that one because...
You did it before. You talk so much crap and then watch January and you'll be like, the Barbie dream house is actually kind of cool.
No, I said I like the Home Alone one because we'll just put it out as a Christmas display at the house. Like put it on one of the tables or something. Here's the Home Alone house. Look at it. It lights up and stuff. And it's fun. But the Barbie dream house, what are you doing? You're going to get some Barbies and play around with them in there? And what are you going to do?
Look at the studio you're in right now and point out all the damn toys you have in there, dude. You have a plush doll.
Those are collectible items.
They're
some
for
of these
babies.
Are worth millions of dollars. There is a lot of stuff around me. I wouldn't say hundreds. I would say some of this is worthless.
They're toys. They're toys,
I like them. Yeah, I got to put stuff on the shelves, so therefore I have to do it. She can get the Barbie dream house if she wants to.
Now, when she gets ridiculed by you, Courtney, if you hear this, I support you. Get the dream house. I'll come play Barbies.
You guys are weird.
You're
playing
weird.
Barbies as adults. Don't put Divot on the camera.
Come on, man.
That's not a toy. That's a mascot. Divot is something different. It's part of the show.
No, Divot is ruined. That doesn't look like Divot.
Yes, it does. It looks exactly like Divot.
That doesn't make any sense. Divot was Divot because it was on a wall and the eyes were there, and then you just got... That looks like a special needs kid made it.
How dare you?
Sean spent a lot for that special needs kid to make it. So
I think it looks very cool and very much like the famous Divot on the wall in the studio. That is no more. Yeah, R.I.P.
Rip Divot.
But yeah, okay. Let's talk about this real quick.
For sure.
There was an unfortunate incident on Capitol Hill in Washington D.C., and Representative Henry Cuellar, I think is how you say his name.
Henry
Cuellar. Cuellar. He was carjacked in Washington D.C. on Monday night. He was parking his car outside of his apartment in Navy Yard when 3 armed individuals approached the congressman and stole his car. They had a graph on the story that I saw about this, and it showed carjackings and armed carjackings in D.C., and it was like the graph was just moving along year by year by year, and then all of a sudden it got to like 2021 and 2022, and it was just way up here. It's like 3 or 4 times where it was. There's more carjackings going on than anywhere else on the chart. I don't know when the chart started. Maybe some point previous it was worse, but it looks like it's really, really bad there, as it is in several of these other cities where you're seeing more and more of this theft of vehicles from people. And armed robbery is no joke. Just one step away there from that becoming somebody getting shot and maybe even killed. Okay, let's put in a few dispatches into the show, and we'll go over to John the Exterminator, who wants to talk about Barney. Let's put this dispatch in. There it is. Put it in.
I'm in the same boat as you, C-Lane. I hated Barney. Every time they try to show us, any of the shows from Barney, I'd always be like, nope, I'd rather be watching Power Rangers.
Damn right.
Power Rangers. Yeah,
you could watch both. You could watch both. You could also watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Animaniacs.
Well, hang on. These are all for different ages. Barney is for like little kids.
It's
and
for
Power
all
Rangers
the ages
is
when you just have one TV and one antenna and everyone has to share.
That's how it used to be. That's how it was when we were growing up. You'd have like one television, everybody fights over it. Now, I feel like you come out of the womb and you get an iPad, which is kind of a sweet deal we got robbed of, and everybody gets to watch their own thing. So Barney is for like maybe kids up to 6 or something, I would guess. And then Power Rangers would be like 6 to 12 or 13 years old. And then you just like keep graduating out of that. And you're like, oh, that's lame. Mm-hmm. I remember doing that. Like after everything, you would grow out of it. You'd be like, oh, God, what are you even liking that for? That's terrible. Now I'm older.
But I don't think there was a time where I liked Barney.
No.
I could be wrong, but I don't really think I ever wasn't my thing.
I was apparently very much into the Ninja Turtles and Transformers, according to photos of me when I was a little kid.
Ninja Turtles, obsessed with. Power Rangers, obsessed with. And then Barney, my mom told me I liked it a lot.
A shame, though, we had to grow up and look at what they've done to the Ninja Turtles, where they've like morphed the way those things look, and I don't even like it anymore. It's kind of weird.
Something I won't show my future children. I will be showing the 1993-94 version live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Those were good. Then Michael Bay came along, and my God,
give him steroids.
An abomination of those things. Okay, when we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
All this week on The Jim Colbert Show, it's your chance to see Dave Chappelle. It's a celebration coming to Amway Center November 2nd. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and listen to The Jim Colbert Show this week at 3 p.m. for your chance to win.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect highs today to reach the mid-80s. Mix of sun and clouds with a little bit of that haze. Passing showers will be possible at 20% coverage today, meaning not everybody will see the rain, so mostly dry skies. Winds out of the northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and wake-up temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 70s. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
There's more to an Alzheimer's Association walk to end Alzheimer's than just walking, and even more reasons to join us. For a different future, for families, for more time, for treatments. We're closer than ever to stopping Alzheimer's, but to get there, we need you. Join us for Walk to End Alzheimer's Orlando in partnership with the Williams Family Foundation on Saturday, October 7th at the Walt Disney Amphitheater at Lake Eola. Register today at alz.org/Orlando Walk.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? Yeah, that's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me The Vin is fast, easy, reliable, and pays top dollar for your car. It's that simple. And Give Me The Vin is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This Customer Service Week, Bank of America is celebrating teammates who go above and beyond to support their clients. Like Bruno, a Better Money Habits volunteer champion who helps debt feel less scary by giving clients tips and tools to tackle it little by little. For all your financial goals, we're here to listen and help. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Torres on his left foot shoots. He scores!
Orlando City is on the road this week as the Lions travel to the Music City and face Nashville SC on Wednesday, October 4th at 8:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 7:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work isn't as easy as it seems.
Lunch meeting is set for Wednesday.
We need food for 27 people.
And it has to be on time.
Client is coming.
He's vegan.
Messy eater. Where's white shirts?
You getting this?
Okay, what do we need?
Gluten-free.
No more sandwiches.
Make sure there's enough.
Make sure the food is hot.
Client has a hard stop at 12:30. Make sure there's plenty of spoons, tomatoes,
Lunch meeting? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Grab your lederhosen and head up to Mount Dora for Oktoberfest. October 7th at Donnelly Park, featuring live music from Sun and Shine Express. Advanced general admission tickets only $10. Hollerbox VIP Beer House experience is $100 and includes German buffet, drinks, private lounge, and more. Get tickets at mountdora.com. Brought to you by Mount Dora Boating Center and Marina, Discover Lake, and Kevco Builders. It's Oktoberfest in Mount Dora, October 7th at 4 p.m. Go to mountdora.com. Prost!
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
For 60 years, our team of expert electricians has been here to help you with all your energy needs. So there's no need to wait or worry when it comes to your electric. Right now, get $100 off any electrical service.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a rich and creamy hometown treat, let our team member Nevaeh tell you how we do it at Culver's.
Every scoop of Culver's fresh frozen custard is made in small batches throughout the day. Because where we come from, the little things make a big difference. Like bringing back a seasonal favorite. Our salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back for a limited time. Handcrafted with farm fresh dairy and real pureed pumpkin just for you. So it's the best part of your day.
And we mean the best. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
O'Reilly. Get ultimate durability and extreme weather performance with Rain-X Advantage wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Purchase a pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and save $10, plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. And it's never too late to share the show. You can always send a link around to a friend. Send them over to thenewsjunkie.com or send them to the podcast or, the YouTube video, whatever you want to do to spread the word about the show today. That's always appreciated on a Share the Show Tuesday. So get the sharing out there as we wrap things up today. And we're going to get into these final dispatches. That's how you join us on the show. And a lot of you have been doing just that today. You've got a lot of thoughts on your mind. Let's go up to our friend in Maine. Maine 420 has a dispatch for us.
News Junkies, it's Maine 420 here. With our taco pass, can we use it at different Taco Bells to each get one taco a day,
I don't know.
from each store? Just a question. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Well, he's trying to see, can you pull like a scam and go to one Taco Bell on Monday and then later go to another Taco Bell and be like, I didn't get my taco for the day?
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I think it's probably, I don't know if it's done like they used to. Now it's probably all done digitally, but they used to do the thing where you had like a business card. And when you went in, they did like put a hole punch through your card. And then you got enough hole punches, you got like a free sub or whatever.
Oh, yeah, man. My friend, when you first had friends in high school getting jobs at restaurants like that, like fast food, and they had one of those loyalty programs, that's how you got your free food right there. My friend Jeff got a job at Boston Market, and they had one of those punch card things. And I would hand my punch card, and he would punch out the whole thing and be like, look, you got a free one. I'm like, all right.
Now they got smart, though. Not going to do that workaround anymore.
Here's the thing: if you're Taco Bell, I mean, your overhead isn't much, or like the cost of the food itself. It's not huge. That's why they have free taco deals all the time.
It's so literally like pennies per taco.
So are you going to pay to make sure that there's a system in place to restrict your free taco for the day to one Taco Bell location, or are you just going to go? How many stores can they hit?
But they can do it real easy in the app, right?
Someone will do it. Remember they had that Olive Garden pass, and they had to ask a guy to stop coming in. Like you've used too much of it. It was every single meal.
Sorry about your luck.
There are people who go, I'm going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to go breakfast, lunch, dinner, and no one's going to be annoyed by this. Like somebody has to serve you still. You better still be tipping. Was that guy tipping when he went with the pass? You better have at least been tipping. Otherwise, that's super rude. Last one. We're going to go over to OI8 with the dispatch.
Oh, man, I got to tell you, Christian rock and I don't want to say pop, but new stuff. Toby Mac, pick any one of his songs and listen.
Christian?
You wouldn't know it's Christian, but, man, you get used to it quick. Wiggle, wiggle, pop to the pop.
Yeah, I'd never do that until now because I think I've heard of Toby Mac, even though I couldn't tell you a Toby Mac song if I had to save my life. I don't think I could come up with one. I know the name at the very least. All right, let's go over to the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there, and it's time for you to get the truck of your dreams at nationstrucks.com right now. With her husband clinging to the hood of her car, a Missouri woman drove for more than 7 miles through a construction zone and across an interstate before pulling over while being chased by police, according to court records. Investigators said Stephanie Boyd, 38, and her 31-year-old spouse got into a verbal argument that turned physical. Boyd then got into the couple's car to leave while the victim was on the hood of the vehicle. The man apparently thought that Boyd would not drive away if he was splayed atop the car, but drive away she did. And she was cruising over the speed limit and all kinds of stuff For 7 miles, she drove with that dude hanging on for dear life on the hood of her car.
Where was this?
This was in Missouri. A Missouri woman driving that car. And I'm just imagine just gripping on. The guy was as tight as he could so he didn't fall off of there, which would have maybe been the death of him. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Officially Halloween season. Put all your stuff out. Get your pumpkins on. Get those big giant skeletons out in the yard. Sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this movie from 1983. I don't think you'll get it, but
that is
Flash Gordon? Flashdance is correct. Not Flash Gordon, unfortunately. Today I learned the iconic cutoff sweatshirt look for the 1983 movie Flashdance was created on accident. The actress Jennifer Beals accidentally left her favorite sweatshirt in the dryer too long, and she shrunk the damn thing. So she cut out the neck hole to fit her head through and went to a wardrobe fitting. They said, "I love it." And it became an iconic 80s look after that.
L word, baby.
Today I learned the man who eats I think he almost eats just exclusively Big Macs, that dude, who was featured on the documentary Super Size Me, has some sort of problem with his taste buds. So when people ask him about, do you still like it? Do you enjoy it? He can't really even taste the Big Macs that he's eating from McDonald's.
That's terrible.
As he continues on his crusade there. Today I learned fabric from the original 1903 Wright Flyer, like as in the Wright brothers, has orbited the Earth, has landed on the moon, and has been flown to Mars, all from different missions that NASA had.
I'd blow my nose on it.
Brought that around and dropped it off at all those interstellar locations. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
Jars of Clay.
That's right, Jars of Clay. We're going full Christian here to end up the show today.
Thank you, Jesus.
Jars of Clay got famous for their cover of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Believe it or not. That's what put these guys on the map. Somehow then they broke through with this into a more general audience and had a hit. And then now, who knows? I don't know, I'm washing cars somewhere probably. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. If you missed any of the show, get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. More great talk coming up next right here.